Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live on a feel-good Friday night. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the show. We got WWE Smackdown on tap tonight. We will be the live reaction to all the action. It's going to be a fun one, folks. Get in that chat. Click all the buttons. Don't forget that like button. It's very important. Click those little reactions. It's going to be a packed night. Lots to talk about. So strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your feel good, and welcome to the Wrestling for Life Network. Let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. This is another live stream, and we got WWE Smackdown to get into. Lots of rumors, lots of things to talk about, crossovers and ghosts and goblins and howdies and all in between. Plus, we'll find out what is going to be the Smackdown coming out of King and Queen of the Ring. A loaded night. Lots to talk about, but for the next couple hours, you are stuck with Mr. Overnight KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube, and Big Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight, KJ White. I'm Big Nick. I sound like I'm already losing my voice, but my guy, tonight we're getting Gorillas of Destiny, taking on the Street Profits. We're actually getting Ain't Nobody Realer Than Gorillas.
G-O-D in the house. It's going to be a fun one. Looking forward to that. I know lots to talk about. Tongaleo was advertised once upon a time and it never came to be. So I guess this is the moment.
Right. Yeah. Well, Saraya can relate to that of being advertised for a show and then not being booked on the show.
Right.
But yeah, on top of that, I believe we're getting Ciampa versus Austin Theory, where Bayley's supposed to make an appearance. We're potentially going to learn what's going on with Cody for Clash of the Castle. And we have the coronation of the Queen. All bend the knee for Queen Nia Jax.
Queen Nia Jax coming out of King and Queen of the Ring. I will say hello to all the people out there. Get in that chat. I see it filling up already. We want triple digits in the chat tonight. But I hope everyone had a healthy, happy, and safe week. You got it done. You got Friday in the books. We're going to cap it off with a little bit of wrestling. We are back tomorrow. Remember, early start time tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern time. The Tournament of Survival, brought to you by GCW. Plus, we're going to stick around for a little bit of Collision. So be a friend, tell a friend, take this link, share it with all your people. Let's blow up the stream tonight. And yeah, I mean, the DIY situation where they're seeming a little more edgy. We don't know what's happening with them, Nick. Very curious.
But that it be heel v heel. I mean, we've said for the longest time since DIY's come back together and everything that they very much. Oh, and yes, we are getting an Andrade versus Apollo Crews. I almost started going into Andre Idolo, but yeah, DIY's needed something. They've been flatter than a fucking plate here with the music sucks, the gimmick sucks. They don't feel the same as they did when they were in NXT or even their first run. Anything.
No, not at all. Since they've been put back together, we were kind of excited at the idea, like, okay, they're going to reunite. And it's been a slow burn here for sure. Not a whole lot of interest. The crowd doesn't overly seem into them. But they're, like you said, their entrance music sucks. So right out of the gate, they're hobbling out of, hobbling into the stadium with a whole lot of nothing. So I don't know what they're going to do. The Regeneration X thing didn't fly. It was kind of a ha moment that they tried to expand on. Didn't work.
That's when you should have turned them fucking heel, is turn them heel and have them go at Awesome Truth, because then it should have been, you had us there, we could have won them both, and then make it up of they got pissed off of you sit there and can't even remember who the fuck we are. You think we're Triple H and Shawn Michaels, and have them snap then. Versus this is just, like you said, it's hopping along, it's puttering through everything.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I mean, very interesting with that. Andrade, I mean, they've been teasing his return, so this should be interesting. Apollo Crews, I know well, at least I think I know that Triple H was a big fan of Apollo Crews.
Mhm.
And I mean, very interesting. He's probably going to do the job on this one, but again, it'll be very interesting to see Apollo Crews back in the ring on the main show.
I can dig it, and it's interesting to me of what they're doing with Andrade. Like, he's been kind of just floating. He really, with all due respect, Mr. Flair, and not Rick, that since he's come back, he's kind of just been where he was in AEW, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think he's come out of the gates. I mean, he got his big return at Royal Rumble, got into a couple matches after Rumble, but then the draft happened. So the draft kind of reset him. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of a waiting to launch. Very much a similar position as far as I'm here. But I mean, over the last few weeks at least, there's a little bit of run into this.
Right. Well, speaking of waiting to launch, I know you want to talk about this because you shared it in the group chat that I didn't even know about. Oh, you don't want to talk about this? The Uncle Howdy teaser, the tweet, the picture that went up and then was quickly deleted. For those who haven't seen, I don't know if we have the visual, but
I don't have the visual at the moment.
it's not hard to describe. It was pretty much just
It was
a lakey, watery looking area with clearly Howdy walking through the woods with what looked like a swan floating or flying. That's what they do. They don't float, they fly in the middle of the picture here. And you mentioned that everyone instantly went to the Matt Hardy Lake of Reincarnation Hardy compound.
Yeah, we can talk about that. I mean, that to me, like, people keep doing it. Matt Hardy kind of teased it and leaned into it a little bit. I do not believe, and I cannot see Matt Hardy being involved in this in any way, shape, or form, because I think you take the seriousness off it by including a Matthew Hardy.
Matthew Cuthbert Hardy, Broken Matt Hardy, should not be within 1,000 yards of any member of the Wyatt family, the Wyatt Six, Uncle Howdy, anything attached to this at all, because like you said, of it instantly just takes all the sentimental, all the stuff that we've argued about this being a tribute to Bray / still being its own very serious, very cool, very unique thing. It takes that all away. No disrespect to Matt. There was the deleter of worlds and everything like that. Or when those two team together with Bray and Matt Hardy is not there anymore. That Matt's gone.
Yeah, no, it's not the same thing. It's not the same person. And again, even the thing about the Broken Matt Hardy angle or gimmick unto itself is the fact that it's a little bit over the top and campy. The laughing, the teeth chomping thing. So yeah, I mean, I think you don't want camp involved with this to that level. So yeah, I would hesitate to have any Matt Hardy representation unless you're bringing him in to get beat up by the Wyatt Six.
He just shows up, yes, and then just
no,
get out of here.
But yeah, but outside of that, I mean, I will pull it up real quick here. So that's what they gave us. This got tweeted out by WWE earlier today. It says signs and wonder. Now, I don't know how well this translates to whatever you guys are watching on right now, but in the little, I wish I had like the
we need the Pat McAfee teleprompter, right? Circles and everything.
But in the little opening, it's Howdy with his back turned to us. People pointed out that it's a white bird now, not a black bird. Does the swan represent rebirth, being set free? Is he doing like a baptism? Are there people beyond where he's looking? Like, is he running a sermon type thing? Does it?
He's Adam Sandler. Stop looking at me, Schwan.
Right.
But you mentioned this before we went live, and I'm going to bring it out here. You even said that they're starting to potentially lose you, that this is starting to become maybe a little too much.
Well, no, they're not losing me in the sense of like, I'm out. I'm baffled. Like, okay, what am I supposed to get out of this?
Fair, but that's still
but
there's too much. There's everybody. There's 18 million ways that people can go with it, and it becomes overwhelming and overbearing.
But I do think that is part of the overall adventure. Like, I watched a lot of like different content creators today, And there's people all over, including the content creators, that are just completely enthralled with all of it. They're breaking it all down. They're looking up Bible quotes. Like you said, it goes deep with some people. But I think as long as people are doing that, and I think now because they've really, really leaned into a deadline like the 17th, that, okay, we're willing, like, we know the end is coming. So this little last portion of the ride, we can be comfortable.
But so what if the 18th comes and no howdy?
I'd be very surprised if
enough.
we don't get something within Clash or that week, because I think you want to build up to something for them to do at SummerSlam, right? Like, give them a bit of a runway, pick a victim, and we get a Bo Dallas, I don't know, Randy Orton or some shit. Like, set them up to do something for SummerSlam.
Fair enough.
That's my take on it, right?
Right, but I'm just waiting for somebody to be out there with the Pepe Sylvia board with all, the thumbtacks and the string and everything with all of this.
Oh yeah, no, there is, and there is, like, it's crazy. Like, listening to some of the theories come through, and like I said, even the fan base kind of going on, is that the Matt Hardy compound? Like, is that what was it, the River of Redemption, or what the fuck?
It was the Lake of Redemption.
Right, that's where the Fiend came out of at one point. It's chaotic, man. Right, so yeah, to your point, it's a lot, and there are fans out there. I mean, we talked about our buddy Anthony, who was just like, let me know when we get there. I'm just gonna take a nap in the back seat. So
right,
again, it all depends on your level of interest in a good old kind of murder mystery.
Fair enough, but I mean, if even the hardcores are starting to kind of feel the
but
complexity of everything, though.
Yeah. But I don't think they are. Like, I really don't. Like, it's all fun and games. Like, the pulse I've gotten from the fan base is they're not wavering. Like, there's a small contingent of people who are like, we want it now, and we didn't get it now, and we're always going to be mad if we don't get it now. But I still think the fanfare behind it is rolling pretty strong.
No. I think I'm misrepresenting or not able to come up with the correct words as to what I'm trying to say. Where
the words that are coming out of my mouth,
right? No, but to where there's so many angles and there's so many different clues and they're so sporadic and they're so ambiguous and everything that trying to decipher everything drives a person mad and everything. Well, that's more what I'm saying. I don't think that people are turned away because I'm still invested.
Yeah, you can't always play to the lowest common denominator. You got to understand that some people aren't going to figure it out. That's just
the way we're all just too stupid, and KJ's a genius.
No, I'm
joking. I'm joking.
So, no, I mean, at the end of the day, I think that obviously some of this stuff is just random shit, like a random tweet up and down. The fact that people even saw it blows my mind. Like,
but that tells you that people are out there, like I said, with the Pepe Sylvia board of just waiting for the fucking second. All right. Yeah. Did they tweet anything that I missed?
Right. You're right. But with all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are about 15 minutes away from the start of the show tonight. I see that chat filling up. Get in there. Don't be quiet. Don't be shy. Like I said earlier, we are back tomorrow. Plus, if you haven't seen episode 2 of Wrestling Court, go check that out. CM Punk versus AEW and the Elite. A hell of a show. A hell of a fun time. Nick gets a big win. High five, Big Nick.
You're right. Yeah. And then on the background. Yay.
But yeah, no, 100%. So it's going to be a fun one here tonight. And again, always hit those reaction buttons. Help the algorithm out. We are grinding towards 5K subscribers. So we want to hit that milestone as soon as possible. Help us out to do so.
And I see about damn near almost 60 people kicking with us. So let's see if we can get that up to triple digits. Talking about the Uncle Howdy stuff. You're being a bad friend. You be like Uncle Howdy. Spread the gospel of wrestling out there with your friends and everything. On a side note, I'll say this before we talk to the people who's here, if I can, for a brief moment. My wrestling fandom and my football fandom have now collided in an impasse that I never thought would ever happen. So for those who don't know, I'm a Buffalo Bills fan.
We know.
Well, some are new. Some are new.
It's new.
They could be first timers. We got to still explain it. But the Buffalo Bills have proceeded to sign former WWE superstar, former Olympic gold medalist Gable Steveson. And our guests hoping that he's going to play defensive line for the Buffalo Bills this season. Granted, I saw an article that said, well, it was ESPN that said the first time he'd put on cleats was for a workout with the Bills earlier in the week.
It sounds like
it's an interesting one. I'll say that.
Sounds like a very Billish move. It really does. Like, we're going to trade away all the players that are actually football players, and we're going to sign somebody who may not.
Hey. You sign on a rookie deal. It's still, you might see, it might be interesting. It could always be that sporadic. Like, everybody discounted Brock Lesnar when he jumped. But, I mean, that's Brock fucking Lesnar. No disrespect, Mr. Stevenson. But
he's trying to out Lesnar.
At a faster pace, unfortunately.
Right, but who had that on your bingo card? I had no idea he was even considering football. We know the trials and tribulations he's had as a pro wrestler. So yeah, I'll be watching. We'll see what happens. Be very interesting if you come on and give us your Chad Gable updates.
Well, I could give you Chad Gable updates about his contract ended in a week, but my Gable Steveson updates is, I think, what you're talking about.
That guy, my bad.
Right. Well, that's the thing. I was saying I can be yelling now at his brother. I can be yelling at Gable on Sunday or Monday and then turn around and be yelling at his brother, Damon Kemp, there on Tuesdays.
Absolutely. Stevenson ought to be an offensive lineman or a fullback.
Hey, it's so weird for somebody like, it's really, really rare to see someone that's never had a football background, never really played it, jump and go to the NFL. Again, like I said, it's mostly rugby punters, which that's still football adjacent. And then like Brock Lesnar, which is the alpha male of our species. So I think it's going to be an interesting, unique, and probably not successful attempt at making it in the NFL.
Well, time will tell for sure. I mean, again, who had that on the bingo card for 2024? No idea. It kind of came out of left field, but that's kind of the wrestling world right now. Everything seems to be just coming out of left field and surprising us. But speaking of surprising us, let's say hello to some of the people, as Rocco was the first one in tonight. How you doing, Rocco? Is tonight the bloodline gets royalty into the family, I hope. Oh, still hoping for the Nia push. I don't know.
Well, at least them aligning her with the bloodline.
Yeah, no.
You don't think that happens at all?
No, I don't think so. Okay. I don't think she's like part of the bloodline at any point.
No, that's fine. I was just asking.
I'm just answering. Early to the party. Welcome, Art Rebels Bloke. Kevin, good to see you. Roddy, good to see you. Big Nick is in reminding people about Discord. Odds, how you doing? Roddy's back at it. Damien, welcome back. Denisha, how are you? Christian Power, Greg, Kyle. How you doing, Kyle? Avengers, welcome back. Welcome back, Vance. Love to see it. Boston's in the house. All hail Queen Nia. Love it. Mix back with us and all the hugs. Clay Lewis, how you doing? Steve, Elimination Chambers, the guy who was named by this channel.
Right.
RM Girl, good to see you. Larry Mack, welcome back. KJ is a genius. Respect his glory.
Yeah, not gonna lie, you had us in the first half, and then the back half became pause.
But welcome back, Easy Bake as well. But welcome back, everybody. We are about 9 minutes away from showtime. What else is going on this show tonight? Or you and I haven't really talked about Wednesday so much. If you got a few minutes, as far as what an interesting Dynamite coming out of Double or Nothing.
Yeah, just what the fuck? I guess is the best way to take that. Of Swerve versus Ospreay at Forbidden Door, and now everyone's finally coming out of the woodwork of, it seems like New Japan's getting screwed in this deal. You think we've been kind of saying that for the longest time when when AEW started bringing everybody over consistently, then signing everybody over. Now they've got the IWGP Championship on their television in eliminator matches. and everything. And I've seen Jeff Cobb out there saying of,
Yeah.
it's interesting how we have to go through a gauntlet match for a title shot, but they can just take our belt and just throw it around willy fucking nilly.
How do you feel about the sudden death gauntlet match concept of like, we got 21 guys, but this match can end at any point, and it did. It ended, halfway through.
Sounds like it's no disrespect, but it sounds like it's booked by a person and booked for an audience that has an attention deficit disorder. Because I'm sorry, a gauntlet match you should be able to have a match that gets through all the fucking competitors, because that's kind of bullshit if
Imagine.
you're not going to get through everybody. And why not then just have singles matches or what have you? Like, it's such a cockamamie idea that to me it just is a novel concept that's terribly executed.
Yeah. I didn't love it. I was really surprised that Ospreay ends up coming out and winning it. And again, like, it's where do you go? Does Swerve find a way to win the first meeting? To set up a second meeting? Maybe they have different plans. What if it's Ospreay and someone else for the world title at All In?
Well, so I've seen this rumor going around because I know initially, the second Swerve won the belt, I was like, they're going to do Ospreay versus Swerve at All In Wembley.
That's been the call
but
for
now that they'd have to do that, Swerve has to win at Forbidden Door, then Ospreay, who's still a international champion right now, would have to then enter the Owen, I believe, win the Owen, and then faces him again at Wembley, and then wins at Wembley.
And then they fight again at All Out.
Right. Well, and even then, I love me some Swerve. I think they are doing this man a huge disservice. This man is your world champion and is on a mid-card, middle of the show, throwaway match with a lizard. All due respect, I like Luchasaurus. I hate Killswitch. There's a difference. And it's in a fucking HBO Max Game of Thrones promotional match. When has Swerve Strickland, since he's won the championship, felt special to anybody?
Not once. Like, why could the show not open with Swerve again? Just like after he won the belt, open the show with him. Like, instead you're getting, your TBS, your secondary women's title opening your show instead of your world champ. That's how it's been this whole time. The Bucks have overshadowed him. Sasha's overshadowed him. It's been a very trying time for Swerve, I think, as champion. And if he loses the belt at Forbidden Door, it'll be all for naught.
Oh, absolutely. And we can get to back to the whole New Japan discussion with Forbidden Door, of how now they've had to bring in CMLL because the working relationship with New Japan has not been great. New Japan knows they're getting slighted. But real quick with Swerve, I'll say this. To me, it seems AEW is really comfortable with Swerve being champion. They're not really comfortable with him being in the main event, which is a terrible indictment.
Such a talent.
I know it's a terrible indictment of their booking.
And everything right now is so confusing as far as heels and baby faces and who's on what team. And Callis is trying to recruit a baby face. The guy who just turned heel isn't part of it. It was just a weird situation, all of it. And even this now, we're going for a split crowd at best. I mean, and you might work Swerve back into being a heel because of Ospreay's popularity. But the other thing I want to ask you, is it an oversight? Is it a misstep to not have MJF on the Dynamite after the pay-per-view?
If the Dynamite after was much better, or unless it was just they did it to let CEO shine, they thought they had the mind of getting all of these other moments more time to shine versus being overshadowed by MJF. But to me, it's a really big oversight, and I understand, if for whatever reason, maybe he wasn't going to be able to be there, which is fucking shit to bring him back then when you did, if you can't have him on TV the next night.
Yeah.
But they do get a bit of a pass with making pretty much next week all about he's back.
Yeah. I just, Yeah, I thought it was a bit of a downer, like, because you want to follow up the pay-per-view, this big show where you hope to generate a whole lot of buzz. Um, and the biggest story was MJF, and I just thought, great, he's coming next week. It doesn't hurt him by any stretch. It doesn't kill him
Right.
by any stretch. But as far as putting on the best show and continuing that interest, unless there was a legitimate reason, I don't quite understand it. The other,
Isn't
oh, go
a big statement though that it almost seems like they didn't have him there because they needed opportunities for everything else to shine. Like if MJF showed up on Dynamite right after Double or Nothing,
that's
he's the talking point of the show.
yeah, but
That's
that's
what
that
everybody's
that
focused on.
them the breaks. I mean, that's no different than when
It's the quarterback came back. Sorry, but it's
yeah, but
maybe that's why they
then you can never bring him back because he's going to do it no matter what show he's on, no matter what. And you're telling me not? Oh, I'd rather have Sasha wait till next week than MJF wait till next week.
Listen, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just trying to present potentially where they were thinking about it.
No, I get it. But yeah, no, I mean, I thought it was odd. We got about 2 minutes, folks. Get in that chat. I see the numbers climbing, and don't be quiet, don't be shy. I'm just walked all over my tongue. But the last question I'll ask you, Nick, and I'll ask the chat: is it not fucked up that you had this big giant angle involving a flamethrower and the human being that ran around like a marshmallow showed up on Wednesday? PG key. Not a sight, not a singed hair, not a fucking nose hair out of place. Everything just in working order.
Because it's play acting.
That's rough.
And again, screw you, Dave Meltzer, and your 4.5-star rating or whatever for that match. That was not a wrestling match. That was a carnival fucking show that we just watched. With
it wasn't
that.
even
It was, mind you, it was still great. It was still exciting. That was not a wrestling.
It wasn't one of the best anarchy matches because they were all leading to that big moment of the fire. So and the moment of hanging Darby upside down. Those were the two big spots. So I felt like it all kind of funneled into those two big spots. And I digress. It doesn't really matter. But
it was just chaos. I'm surprised though that you didn't ask about, and I'll try and get to this in as quick as possible, of who wants more TV time. I know I do.
I didn't ask about that because I know the length of that conversation.
Fair enough. So I'll leave us with that, and we'll talk about it during the first commercial.
We'll save that for later, just because I know the answer to that. And I've found few and far between that had anything positive to say about it. Not many.
And it seems to have been getting worse.
It's
I watched the clip from Rampage earlier, and it seems to be still getting worse.
And the funniest part is Brian Keith can cut a promo if he wanted to.
Okay.
I'm getting the warning. So, ladies and gentlemen, SmackDown is about to kick off. Nick and I are going to sync up and get in simpatico. You can do the same as well as I got then.
So I had a Boston Celtics commercial, so I got Stop and Shop right now.
Hey, brothers. God bless. What's up, Jordan Smith? How you doing? Safford, it's showtime. So yeah, just let me know when you get to then, sir.
I will.
SmackDown time. Anthony.
By the way, Anthony Court was not rigged. You just lost. Deal with it. Now.
Oh, you got to now.
That's the start forever.
Well, I was at then. You got to now. Why did you call out now? You were supposed to call out then.
That's the only one that I saw. Sorry. I have together. Yeah, I never got then.
Okay, I got the.
Are you there?
I got the bloodline walking in.
Son of a bitch, you.
You're behind me, remember?
I know, but I got Solo walking in with the Gorillas Destiny behind him and Paul looking perplexed.
And the Street Profits.
I have not gotten the Street Profits.
And the Street Profits.
Now I have the Street Profits and BFAB.
There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Welcome to the night. I hope everyone's happy, healthy, and safe, feeling good. And yeah, go check out Wrestling Court. It was fun last night. The two sides went toe-to-toe. It was a hell of a battle. And it was nice to see. And we already have episode 3 up and listed. So we are going to do the battle of NXT versus NXT. Black and Gold versus HBK. What NXT was better? And the lawyers are getting back into the box.
Papa Paul versus Chef Sean. Absolutely, 100%.
But now we're just getting a recap, a replay from King and Queen of the Ring. TK might as well have done Dynamite to 3 hours. You might want to expand on that because I do not.
Probably talking about with RAMPAGE going on at 6:30. Well, I've seen quotes of him talking about adding an extra hour somewhere, and we could even talk though about the numbers that have been floated around for the TV deal and all of that. Yeah.
Oh my. Yeah, very interesting. Hey, if it's true and it comes true, man, good on them. But what the fuck?
But it's only coming from one source, and B, I've seen a lot of people who've been saying if those are the numbers being offered, why haven't they reached a deal?
Why haven't they reached a deal? And if you were going to spend that kind of money, why wouldn't you be talking to maybe other people that bring viewers?
Basketball. I'm gonna take the ball and dunk it. You haven't seen that SNL skit where they do that?
Yeah, you just didn't expect it. Man, just broke out into one.
Bro, when do I not break out in the song?
Oh, hell, Queen Nia, as we're opening the show with what looks to be the Queen. Nick Aldis.
Coronation. Well, is it interesting that we're having a proper British gentleman out here knighting Queen Nia?
The second best Nick in wrestling.
Hey, I'll give you that. I thought you were talking about me there. I was like, that's so even polite. I'll take top 5.
I'll take 2. I'll take 2. Oh, man said I was 1.
Right?
Yes, Alex. How you doing, Alex? Welcome back. Remember, don't be shy. Don't be quiet. Get in that chat. Let us know what you're thinking about. What has happened this week that's piqued your interest. And, of course, what's going on in the show.
Right. Mike saying I'm ahead of both of you. That's fine. We try to sync up so we can be simpatico. If you choose not to, that's on you, boo-boo.
I was ahead too, Mike. So
everybody out here getting ahead but me. Pause.
We're a family. We cross the line together.
Right, but I think
no man left behind. As here comes
behind, but we'll get there.
Oh, shit.
How you doing? Bringing back the shoulder pads straight out of the 80s, early 90s.
Right. If Dynamite moves to 3 hours, I'll search slapping AW marks on site. just in public.
That's what I've said, though. They can't do that because then they'll become what they've always hated. Then you become the Monday Night Raw.
But that's been the trend, right? Like, even the little things. And there is some fair debate about, like, MJF coming out like Triple H and that of, like, I loved it.
Keep the other company's name out your fucking mouth.
Yeah, just leave it alone. I live in Maine.
Do you, boo-boo?
Maine, lovely place. 8 p.m.
Yeah, that's only a stone's throw from me. I've been up there. I've been up to Maine. I went deep sea fishing up there, actually.
There you go. Me too. Just not with a boat. Right. Stay easy, down boy.
Right.
Straight out of Compton. Straight out of Lane
Bryant. Well, I was like, if she starts hitting like, some Janet Jackson shit and everything, I'm gonna be like, God damn. But still,
huge you suck chance.
Still, you got to give Nia credit. She's 100% been much better and a much higher performer than she was when she left.
She is good, man. And look at all the heat she's getting. And I always said it, and I will always say it. If the crowd is with it, then we have to find a way to shut up about it. And
absolutely.
If she can work the crowd the way she is right now, and look, she's all like a little bit of swag. Let's go. I mean, we saw it with Roman. Roman was lost in the abyss. But once he dug in and got it and was getting the reaction he was supposed to get, you got to give kudos where it's due, folks. It's like Orange Cassidy. A lot of people don't like him, but as long as the crowd goes nuts for him, which they've stopped, you have to support him if he's over.
Well, and even then, it's not like she's, the top woman in the company right now and everything like that. She fit it. It fits perfectly with her character and the storyline of her being queen of the ring.
Yeah.
It's not like she's out here fucking Nia Jackson belt collectors. We've got Bailey coming out.
Here
Which
comes Bales.
do you find it interesting that the king and the queen of the ring winners, their matches are set up at SummerSlam? Like that's a ways away. Like you're gonna have Clash before that. It's almost like you should have had
Watch out! Piper and Chelsea.
Right, that's a cameraman got a cheeky shot there.
She came in like a wrecking ball.
Well,
you make
it's starting to seem like Bailey might find herself between two wrecking balls if she's going to have to go through Piper at Clash and then go through Nia at SummerSlam.
Yeah, they're setting a big summer up for Bailey. Like Bailey's going to have to put in the work. Some would argue that she could potentially lose the belt to Nia. I don't know that she'd lose to Piper, but it'll be a fun match, especially at Clash. Yeah, I was a little surprised that they threw out number one contenders. I've been critical of that before. Like I was critical of Monet for being like, I'm going to fight the champion. And we already knew who she was beefing with. So it kind of gives shit away. So
yeah,
it was an interesting choice. But, you
you could have done it for Clash, but then you would have had to rebook everything a little bit. But
quick turnaround.
I like this though with Piper.
Chelsea.
Yeah.
Make Chelsea and Piper her like little knights. Like her.
You have to worry about facing Piper.
Yeah, take Piper.
I like this though, but that's the thing is, especially with Bailey, she's kind of like she doesn't have too many constituents right now that are that technical, athletic-y wrestler on the SmackDown Women's roster because Charlotte's banged up all of that.
If these three forces, you can set up a rivalry with with Destiny's Child. We're good to go.
I mean, there you go. I was saying of how I like that Bailey's going to have to go through physically imposing competitors versus.
It's a great matchup. Like as a babyface champ, you have two physically demanding heels coming your way. I think it's excellent for her.
Right. Nia's a good heel. But what about Money in the Bank?
Yeah, we still got Money in the Bank in the mix. Shit.
Right.
Yeah, good point, actually. Because you go Clash, Money in the Bank, SummerSlam. So, yeah, what happens at Money in the Bank?
Right. Mike from the future is letting us know to be looking. Or did we miss it?
No, I didn't. Well, I didn't see it, so we could have missed it.
There we go. Hello.
QR
code, goodbye. And then
AJ Styles looking like he's
now. I've had this theory, and I know I've been the one that's been the theory guy when it comes to AJ Styles. But with this now TNA working relationship, who's to say he doesn't have one last run in TNA?
Why he could even sell it? Like, you know what? You won't give me another title shot. I'm out of here. And kind of walks out for a hot minute.
Right.
And then just shows up on TNA. Does a quick run.
Be fine with it. I think it'd be super cool, and it would really add a jolt back into him.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. It could really, really rejuvenate AJ Styles. Okay, so AJ asking politely for some time in the ring tonight.
Okay, but this is where he might just
retire,
unload.
Fuck you. He challenges Nick Aldis. Like, here comes DIY. They got to change that. What, like, legitimately, the only thing I hate more, it's the only thing that makes me forgive the CEO bullshit at all, because I hate that with a passion. The DIY opening's worse.
Fair enough. I'll give you that. Well, it doesn't even match the Titantron now because we've got the, break it down.
Yeah.
And then instead we've got, what sounds like Byron Saxton if he had theme music.
We are Stop it.
Right. Instead of, the CEO, that's just becoming the fucking meme dance. So if no one gives a shit about her theme song, horror, or anything, it's now just a dance.
The dance is getting, it's the funniest how shit works. And listen, since she leaned into being the natural heel that she is, it was a little bit better. The match wasn't bad. 4 3/4 stars, I think it got from Melts. Sorry, Tuna. It was not 4 3/4 stars. It was not even the best women's match we've seen this week. It was good. Don't get me wrong. It was good. It wasn't that good. But beyond that, I mean, she did well in the ring. So if she can continue being the natural heel she is and dig in a little, I don't know where I was going with all this, but maybe
you're fine. But we are in commercial break, so that's the thing. They didn't even know where they were going with all of this. As we're in commercial break, as Anthony's saying, retire or TNA.
Yeah, is he going to come out and like tease a retirement? Yeah.
He's not wearing salmon though. I mean, he is wearing a shit suit, so I mean, it does work a little bit.
He went out and got the suit, right? He got the Mark Henry-ish suit. It's just not salmon.
Yeah. Well, no, how he needs to come back with Mark Henry because Mark Henry's available.
That's it. I just want Mark Henry to come to the shows and do what he was doing, like the We Are Live. Like you give him the mic for like 2 minutes a night. Honestly,
I just want, like I said, to me, Mark Henry works perfect. I love what he does, obviously, on Busted and all of that. He works perfect when they do the panels and everything.
Yeah.
He works perfect there because he's kind of like the Charles Barkley. He's got a little bit of go with there. Of he's got some fucking analogy that no one outside of the South will fully understand, but it still gets a pop. 100%, and especially because they've started doing that. They even have now like the pre-shows to where they have the panel before the pre-show.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's good. I mean, I'm a big fan of Mark Henry, what he can bring to a wrestling show, but what also he can bring backstage. And I think he's another one of those guys. And I think when he gets away from AEW, he might be more candid because there's been several times in his AEW career where he was like, shit kind of fucked up. I ain't going to talk about it.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's amazing how one side has a bunch of NDAs going back to court.
Yeah. I wonder if that's like part of your your severance as you leave. Like, thank you for working with us. Sign this. Have a good day.
Right. Yeah. That's the you signing your pink slip is just an actual NDA and everything. But then again, so back to real quick as we're on commercial, and this isn't even something we had talked about before.
Yeah.
But interim EVP Christopher Daniels.
Yes.
The week after he got fired, he's the fucking Rich Holland of AEW at this point. And again, why do we need an interim EVP when Tony Khan's in the fucking building? You're the owner, the proprietor, the head chef. You're the one that fucking pays for everything.
That was that was my question when he showed up with Darby. Like, did he leave the building? Like, did he leave Gorilla? Like, drive around the block?
I need to go now. Shad Khan needs me. Burp, and just leaves. Like, we've seen you can travel. Yeah. You obviously can make the decision to put someone as the interim EVP, which what the fuck is that even term? And even then, but that still just puts him at the same playing field as the Bucks, so it's not he has more authority than them. So what?
But apparently he did.
What are we doing?
They gave him like veto power on Wednesday, where he was like, "No, new rules. We're gonna do our thing." So. But listen, I did say this, Nick. If we're gonna look on the
always look on the bright side.
Try and look on that bright side. At least Christopher Daniels, when he walked out there, felt like an adult, felt like somebody that could be the boss. He felt like he,
Yeah, I saw a lot of people said if like you took Adam Pearce and kind of just shrunk him down a little.
Adam Pearce,
right?
As Naomi talking to Bailey about scrapping tonight.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna fight tonight.
So Naomi is gonna team up with Bailey.
Just if you look at her face right now, she's just got the full like, yeah, I'm totally fine. I'm not in fucking earth-shattering fucking terrible pain right now. I can be fine. I can do that.
As DIY still in the ring, ladies and gentlemen, let us know who you taking. Who do you got for the next match? Or
Ciampa or Theory, Austin Theory.
yeah, Austin Theory. Feel like I haven't seen Theory do anything in a while.
Well, they've kind of both been pretty much background players non-existent since they won the belts at Mania.
Yeah, kind of, sort of.
They do work really well as a fucking tag team, though.
I think they'd be great at, like, I mean, if they were a little more consistent in their usage, I think it could work.
Yeah.
They're good, man.
Those belts are nice. The Raw belts suck.
I will agree with you on the fact of one of the nicest belts in all of wrestling right now are these belts.
Right.
We don't have to debate these belts. We're good. We're good on these belts.
We can agree. We can agree on this.
I kind of want more of if more of the belts could have the old vibe to them, because they were a lot better. Like the retro look to that is what I really like.
Well, that's why people wanted Cody to go back to like the kind of a modified winged eagle and everything like that.
Right.
It still touches on that nostalgia versus it's something completely different, completely foreign that, looks terrible.
Yeah. Ciampa for the win. Ciampa for the win. Ciampa Theory for the win. Theory and Waller. Well, you only have to pick one, so that's good news.
Right.
Game next week, we get assistant interim EVP.
-1. Yeah.
-1. I don't know, man. -1 might sign with the dub before he signs with AEW. Let's start.
Honestly, fucking at this point, like, just Jesus, Tapman said Christ. Though.
Yeah, dear Ringside News, report that.
Oh, he will. He will.
Leading towards WWE career.
But as we are underway here with Ciampa and Austin Theory, but yeah, just the whole concept of we need an interim EVP, like. Tony's in this weird, like, I'm in the angle, but I'm not in the angle, but I'm in the angle. Like, piss or get off the pot, motherfucker. Like, you made this leap. So you're either going to be a personality on screen or you're not, because you're not doing it well of doing this tiptoe dance.
Yeah, the tap dance is a bit of an issue here, right? Like, we might not like you leaning in, but once you lean in, you got to go. You got to
go for Dixie.
Yeah, you got to commit. And I said, even when he drove up, all of a sudden he's driving and it's like, it didn't make sense. We saw the one show in Edmonton where the Bucks stole his parking spot. So he's there. Why are they still running the show? Like, why are they just doing whatever they want? And there is no sign of Tony.
Right. For half a second, though, I thought you were like, this doesn't make sense. He can drive.
Well, I was shocked. I really was. Right. But even the little thing about that of like, a lot of people heard, Jim and Brian talking about whether or not Tony had a license, and then Tony tweets out, "See, I do have a license."
See, but that's the biggest, and that's the root cause of AEW's issue, is that they play too fucking much to the internet.
Yeah.
They play too much to fucking Twitter. They feel that that's the audience.
Yep.
That is not the audience. That is 5% of probably 5% of your fucking total audience. And we can get into that in a commercial break because it ties in with TV time and everything as well. But yeah, it's 100% that that's their audience, and that's why their audience so constantly implodes upon itself and collapses on itself versus continues to grow and expand beyond that. Because WWE does shit that if you don't watch a lick of fucking Twitter, or if you're never on Twitter, you still get everything that you're going.
Yep. 100%. And you don't, again, like even when they bring in, new talent like a Julia or a Jade, they take the time because, if you don't follow Twitter, we're going to tell you all about it. Because
I will give the AEW credit, though. They did video package for Stephanie Vicker, I believe is how you say it.
Yeah.
I will give them credit on that. If they actually listen again, and sometimes they just need to listen to the other side of the internet versus this side of the internet.
Yeah.
If you're going to listen to the internet, pick a side.
Well,
but
and you're right.
The video package, they actually, had her come out at the end of the show. They really worked well at introducing her to the audience.
They did the total marks for that. And you're right about placating too much to the internet audience, like and again to the Meltzers or the critics. There's so many times they show their hand, right? Like they don't play their cards close to their chest ever. And you make it very obvious when you're responding to people. And the more that I think if they just learned that, if they went about their business and didn't, tilt their hat to a Jim Cornette or an Eric Bischoff, those people have less interest if you ain't fucking with them. If you're leaving them alone, they're just spinning their tires at some point, but you keep playing into it and playing into it.
Well, you even talked about it earlier with, keep the other company's name out your fucking mouth of focus on you. Do you boo-boo. That's the thing is even with TNA right now. And we can even have this whole discussion. I think we even talked about it potentially being a core topic here of TNA versus AEW and everything.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one.
100%. We can have that discussion at a later date here. But yeah, just this, like, even as we're in commercial break, so I can talk about this now, of the TV time with Chris Jericho and leaning into, because who wants more TV time? I know I do. That's great, Chris, for, again, the 5% that are on Twitter, and even probably out of that, the 0.5% that actually enjoyed that.
And beyond that, I mean, you're placating to a certain pocket of the crowd, Nick. That's one thing. But the idea that stick only works if it's like a rib, if you're roasting yourself. But when it's laid in that heavy of fact, then it's just stupid. Like you're playing.
That's the dance, though, of their leading of it. Is it camp too much, or is it just you're talking to us like we're idiots now?
That's it. You're placating to us. We feel moronic. The crowd's not into this. And again, the only thing this is taking up is TV time. And for him to come out and say to the fans, this is just TV time. Who wants TV time? He thinks he's playing into it, but all it is highlighting what we're all saying.
What we've all been thinking of. Okay, so you hear us saying this.
Yep.
And now you think that we're so dumb that we just, all right, well, here, if you play into it, that we'll accept it. No. Well, and even, did anyone else catch when he called Big Bill Redwood? And I instantly was like, they're going to turn this man's name to Redwood. And then it's still when Big Bill made the joke about Brian Keith being the bad apple. I was like, they're going to make this man the fucking bad apple. They turned Luchasaurus, Canosaurus into Kill Switch. I was like, they're going to make the bounty hunter, Brian Keith, the bad apple.
I don't think I don't think I called Kill Switch once on Wednesday night during the entire match.
No, it's a bad name. It's a bad name.
Oh, man. Here comes Brian Keith, the bad apple.
I mean, that works versus if they just do, and here's the bad apple of Learning Tree University. Bro, they're doing a shittier version of Chase U.
I was going to say, who would have ever thought that Chase U would be the #1 university gimmick in wrestling?
Yeah, they're the fucking Harvard. Learning Tree University is the Southampton Institute of Technology.
Fuck that.
Ask me about my tree.
Ask me about my branches. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back from the commercial break. Ciampa is in control of... No, I lied. Yeah, no, he is in control.
Right, he's got Austin here right now and picking him up here.
But what's up, Ronnie? How you doing? Maybe it's punishment. No. Sorry, I like this question here from Larry. Maybe it's punishment for Austin Theory because he was a Vince guy. No, they got him out of that. That was the whole Money in the Bank situation. They beat the Vince off this kid.
We've talked about this. He's had his Vincectomy, everything like that. 100%. When you've got him out here in promo segments with The Rock, with Dwayne, after Vince is gone, after the TKO deal and everything, going into WrestleMania, they're fully invested in these guys.
Yeah. And they're taking their time. They're young. And again, I think, we've seen it all a large number. What a move was that? Holy shit.
Two go.
The spider monkey slam. I don't know what the fuck that was.
I'm gonna come at you like a spider monkey.
Woo!
That was a fucking flip out. Yeah, it was a flip out into like a flatliner, which is
Yeah.
still a self rock bottom.
That's
But yeah.
But yeah, no, he flipped him into that flatliner. Unique. But yeah, no, and I think tag champs, like heel tag champs, the way they are right now, is a good place for them to be. You just need a little more of a division around them.
Yeah, and for most of your tag teams in that division to not be heel. Like, think about it. You have what? You have Street Profits are your one baby face. You have Gorillas of Destiny, which thankfully we get to see tonight, heel. DIY should be heel, even though they're baby face.
Is there what is there is no real good baby face tag team on this show?
Is there a good baby face tag team in pro wrestling right now?
Awesome Truth would be the closest.
That's our truth. That's one person.
I'm trying to think.
That's one person in a tag team, my guy.
Sorry, I was gripping on myself.
No, you're good. I because you can't even really say the Acclaimed. You can't say FTR.
Street Profits, did they count? No, maybe.
Profits, well, FTR is great, but they're not booked great. They don't know. They're indifferent, irrelevant at this point in AEW.
A little bit.
Profits, FTR. yeah.
Ciampa is great. I completely agree.
Yeah, Tommaso Ciampa is great when he's, it's like Magnus when you put him and Johnny Gargano together, stick together and just.
Oh, what was all that about?
That was just unnecessary to work into a spot to get Ciampa the win.
Yeah, Ciampa stole it. I don't want Ciampa to steal it.
He still didn't even. Yeah, the babyface shouldn't steal a win.
I don't mind a babyface steal because, if you're the underdog, but in this case, Ciampa could have stolen a win by dropping him on his fucking head.
I don't even think he did. I think we had a little Randy Orton situation here. I'm pretty positive if you ran it back, Austin Theory's shoulder was up before the 3 count.
That'd be hilarious. Run it back.
Run it back.
It can be a good chance if Logan Paul. Thank you so much, Richard Jr., for the super chat. Defend his title against AJ Styles at WWE Clash 2024. It could be inside a steel cage. That's actually not bad.
There you go. But we've got Naomi and B. Priestley here. I can't remember her WWE name.
Blair
Davenport. There you go. Thank you. So we've got Blair, Aldis, and Naomi backstage here. So we might see Blair Davenport versus Naomi here tonight.
The Yoko Ono of Wrestling for Life Network.
Almost. No, she was close. She was close.
Close. My prediction is DIY versus Snooze Canoes at Clash, and DIY win tag team belts. I'm not really in for it, but it looks like that's what they're building up.
I like that. That's like Damien's hopium nickname for them. And we call them the douche canoes, and he's like, I'll see that and give them the snooze canoes. I was like, that's great. Because we've got LA Knight. Yeah.
We need to get LA Knight into something. Not like a title. Like, it doesn't have to be a title, but something of like he's being a little floaty. We need something for him. A little rivalry going into the summer.
What at this point could he go at?
I don't know. That's a good question. Logan Paul. There we go.
I mean, as we're going to sit down and talk about it, I feel like that's where a direction they could go with this 100%. I'm glad that they did. I'm pretty much kind of pegged LA Knight as Money in the Bank winner for the men's side.
It's highly possible. But it'd be very interesting if he does, maybe he does a bit of a summer run here with Logan. Let him take the belt from Logan near the end of the summer when,
SummerSlam.
Yeah, maybe Logan takes a break.
Great. Logan gets the win at Clash. If you do a match at Clash, and then you get LA goes over in Cleveland, but that'd be interesting. You're doing it in Cleveland.
Oh, it's in Cleveland. Yeah, but nobody likes Logan Paul, not even Cleveland.
Nobody likes Cleveland. Fuck are we doing?
Ronan, the runs. I do not like finding out a lot of the talent are in NXT used to be a part of Evolve.
Oh, he said I do like.
I do like.
I do not.
I added the not. I'm so used to the name.
You went negative on it.
Yeah, I think they have to get them from somewhere.
Right? They don't just fall out of the sky. Well, I mean, NIL deals now are very much starting to be kind of, and that might be the forefront of WWE being on the first to kind of really go into that avenue of, hey, we can offer you this money to start investing in you early on and during your athletic career, what have you, of potentially becoming a WWE superstar, what have you, of in case, this whole, college basketball doesn't work out, what have you. And hey, it just so happens we also have a performance center that you can sit there and train at pretty much whenever you want. They're laying the blueprint of fucking tap into blue chip prospects there.
Yeah, I mean, and again, you can't always go one way. You can't turn a blind eye to other avenues. And I think the NIL serves its purpose and it's producing. We see some of the talent already coming out of that program, but getting guys and girls that come in with in-ring experience, some previous knowledge, it helps. It helps your overall mix.
I'm not saying that doesn't. But,
no, I didn't think you were.
Yeah, but initially before NXT, especially NXT Black and Gold, was pretty much just as seen in PWG and ROH and CZW.
Yeah, you remember the fans losing their mind. Oh, WWE's taking all the good ones. Yeah, they did.
They literally soaked up. They almost potentially kind of killed the indies a little bit because everybody that was a top independent wrestler signed with WWE and was on NXT.
Yeah, they were putting a big dent in it, and it was the quality of names that they were pulling in. Kevin Steen, and even bringing in Seth, and getting really talented guys that had really good reputations. And Sammy, the list goes on. We could sit here for 20 minutes listing them out.
Right.
But they did a really good job, and a testament to guys like Regal who just go, he's a good one. Like, just to have that kind of, that sixth sense about him. He really has a nose for the talent, and it showed.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing is, I think as much as he who shall not be named had his whole kind of crew around him that helped still develop talent, decide who's the guy, who's not, and everything. William Regal, I think, is William Regal and Paul Heyman are the left and right hand mans for Triple H, I feel, when it comes to this.
Yeah. But still to come tonight.
Addresses his future, so could be because they're even showing of literally from early AJ Styles to when he debuted at the Rumble and everyone was looking at Roman to present day AJ.
I don't mind the idea of him stepping away. He doesn't have to stay gone, but just opening the door for him to do a little bit of TNA.
The second he shows back up in TNA, though, holy shit.
Yeah, unreal. And again, it's a big name. Like, you want to continue to grow that audience. And I've seen some, the naysayers being like, oh, this is stupid, da-da-da-da-da-da. But if this is truly, a nice trade, and even for someone like Jordan Grace, and you want to know where she works or where can you watch her wrestle some more, it's good for TNA, which, again, the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
I mean, though, still we talked about the working relationship as it were. Again, getting a replay from King and Queen of the Ring with the match between Logan Paul and Cody here. But we talked about the relationship between New Japan and AEW. If you're TNA and you've got a working relationship now with WWE, and they say, hey, we'll send AJ Styles back to have a bit of a run over for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Will you let us use Jordan Grace 3 times?
Yeah,
I think I'd take that trade if I'm TNA. 100%.
We're gonna.
That's you scratch my back, I'll scratch your back deal.
Yeah, and again, we've seen. I give them a lot of credit. We've seen the wrestlers really get into it. Going back and forth. Tasha Steeles and Moose and Drew. It creates a buzz. It creates fun for the audience. And again, anytime you're tuning into a show, going, wonder what could happen tonight. It's a good place to be.
Absolutely.
I like this from Lady B.
Missed opportunity. The Bucks have Reebok. LA Knight puts LA Gear back on the map.
Yo.
Hey.
Right. Jackie Redmond does NHL. Yeah, she started doing Canadian, working for one of the Canadian sport channels. Then ended up on NHL, and now she's in the Dubs. So good old Canadian girl. Shout out.
She don't give a puck. She does all the NHL.
That's it. Drew Carey likes Cleveland. Hall of Famer.
Whoa. He's at least one of the Hall of Famers that's not a convicted.
Oh. You nosy Nelly.
Right. Let me talk to you. Dale, what up? Jesus, what up, my guy? Good evening, y'all. I was inspired on Sunday. So we've got the Sistine Chapel painted by Jesus up there in the Discord.
Nice. Oh, yeah. I forgot about the QR code completely.
And you were up. Yeah. We've been talking about, learning trees and everything.
Yeah, I completely forgot that the QR code thing happened.
Do you need to?
No, I got it. But yeah, I'll probably.
No, because I'm here.
Yeah.
Bro, it's still at times you can constantly hear it. The Rock comes out of LA Knight still.
A little bit. No,
I'm still here, right here. Smackdown. Oh, speaking of creeping.
Oh, LA Carmelo.
Jodeci, Carmelo Hayes out here.
All my life.
Yeah. I like that Carmelo's very much amping this up of I was a first round draft pick.
Yeah, as he should.
Much like how Braun's taking it of I wasn't in the King of the Ring tournament. Fuck you, I'm killing everybody.
Right. I'm him. Trash.
That's literally his reaction. Is trash.
As here comes Apollo Crews. Yeah, I'm going to go check that. We will talk QR code when I return, ladies and gentlemen.
Fair enough.
And the show rolls on. Remember, be a friend, tell a friend. I want to see triple digits. We're getting there.
Absolutely. As KJ is taking a pause for the cause, I've got Apollo Crews kicking off right now. And I feel a little awkward that this match is sponsored by Gin and Juice, but we'll move along with that. Simone is a try. Paul. God. Yeah, me and Simone are going to have a deep conversation about OSW. Side note tangent here. Apollo Crews lost his job. Good for him. He's talented. And shit, I mean, not for nothing. I mean, don't give him the Nigerian accent back. But if you want to have him out there with Apollo, with Oba and Omos, just all the Obos, I think it could work if it's just, the Nigerian Nightmare Factory. There you go. Excuse me. There you go. But I've got Andrade El Idolo coming out right now with the black mask on, and we're getting a replay of him talking to his cousin Garza, which, again, is still a little Spider-Man meme-ish here. But let me know, folks, whether you're taking Apollo Crews or whether you're taking Andrade here. Again, we talked about this earlier. I know everybody makes the jokes of Apollo has been used on TV. He's been competing for the Speed Championship on Twitter, etc. I think there's a potential. I liked Apollo. Even I liked him a little bit when when he was almost kind of becoming like underneath, like when I started to think about like the whole mercenary, booking and everything like that underneath, the tribal chief here when he was still kind of a bit doing the Nigerian accent, what have you. But then they've just booked him into oblivion with the feud with Dabakato, and then he's just been gone here. But Andrade is probably going to win this match, has been booked more prominently here. But yeah, I was expecting Andrade to be out here competing for U.S. titles. Like, we could have had LA Knight versus Andrade and tell me that don't work. You couldn't have made that work in some aspect, and that the winner faces Logan. But Andrade's now just in the LWO kind of shuffle here. Lidolo, yes. While we wait on commercial, I'll say it again. Paul Heyman will not be living La Vida Loca like Adam Pearce and Braun Breaker because of the bloodline dilemma he's dealing with. Fair enough, Christian. You managed to fit a whole paragraph in there, so props on you. El Idolo for the win, says MDB. El Idolo. Getting yodeling now here with Idolo. Andrade. Moonsault from Apollo as now Garza comes out here. And again, as we're about to go to commercial break on the replay of the moonsault here, but yeah, this is respectfully, this is a little kind of fillery feeling here. Like it's so, this is where WWE misses, and I know we give them credit of everybody normally throughout most of the card. There's a story, there's a continuity behind everything, whether it be opener to a backstage promo to top of the hour match to be, main event, all feels like they have some sort of threads amongst them. There's still something, it feels like a living locker room coming out there of not just stagnated booking a la AEW and others. Yeah, stuff like this with Andrade and Apollo right now. And no discredit to either guy, because I think both guys deserve better, could be booked better. But this is a little stagnation here, a bit of just, this is a match to say we had a match, which, I mean, it ain't wrong, but when you've got 2 hours and you're coming off of a pay-per-view, that's when you need to capitalize, because that's when you've got potential new viewers that just watched the pay-per-view. So, hey, I want to see what's going on the SmackDown side. I saw what was going on the Raw side, much like we talked about the AEW. They just had Double or Nothing, literally a couple days before, not even all that. Same thing, Monday Night Raw, 2 days after, Queen and King in the ring here. You want to capitalize on those new viewers that might be tuning in, might be, peeping in for the first time. But speaking of new viewers, as I see we're at 85 right now, and we're in commercial break, but we're at 85. Let's see if we can get this up to triple digits here. 100% be a friend, tell a friend. You're being a bad friend if you're not out there spreading the good gospel of wrestling with your friends out there. Again, often imitated, never replicated, never duplicated. We're the best wrestling friends you can't get in your real life, but absolutely. Feels like we've seen it before. Hopefully it's not for a title if it happens. What did Larry say? Now I gotta go. I am gonna do the research on that. You can have that. Jordan Kirby, who's ready for Live Night Raw on Monday? Jordan, interesting statement, but yeah, I mean, the U.S. domestic audience didn't get to see the smooch heard around the world here, but it very much seems like they're predominantly pushing Liv here towards the top of she's champion, but we're gonna fully set up her versus Rhea being a can't miss match, as we're back in action as a big crossbody from I almost said Carmelo. Andrade Idolo on Apollo. Puzzle saying Logan for the win. Well, I'm sure he'll win. Maybe not against Deadpool, but the Paul one isn't in this match, so he wins on that way here. Steven saying, who does GCW watch alongs? Wrestling for Life Network does. Absolutely. Again, nobody covers more live wrestling than we do, 100%. Absolutely. Whether it be WWE, AEW, GCW, NWA, New Japan, Ring of Honor, Wrestling Revolver, House of Glory, you name it. If it's a wrestling promotion that's got an acronym and got at least 3 letters or more in front of it, we're out here watching it. So be a friend, tell a friend. Again, often imitated, never replicated, never duplicated. Regardless of promotion, where do you think Sammy Guevara's career is going to head? Oh, the double knee, a.k.a. the crotch to the face from Andrade on Apollo for a 2 count. As far as, well, you say without, regardless of promotion, are you saying of where he, I guess, ultimately ends up, like projecting this whole man's career path? Or are you saying as far as where he is currently? Because I think he stays where he is currently. WTF promotion, absolutely. Well, Christ, we might start that here. We'll do the reverse of, for the world promotion. We'll just flip it and reverse it. We'll be the anti-Jericho. Apollo with the powers, or the sets him up in the power position and just lets him fall off the top rope and then into a standing moonsault. Did you hear the news about Tyson and Paul fight? Yes, I did. Mike Tyson had a ulcer issue, I believe, on a flight recently, and so due to that and doctor's orders, what have you, that's still respectfully to Eddie Kingston, even with his spinning back and fist and everything, Jericho with the Judas effect, that right there from Andrade is by far the fucking cleanest version of that.
The only one that steps through like a pitcher, like he's throwing a pitch, is Angel.
You see him like, I almost see it every time. It almost feels like he hooks the foot, as like you said, he steps through, he hooks the foot and then throws it. He actually feels like he gets velocity behind it.
He gets like a nice torque on the spin.
Right.
But look, interesting. That was a really strong match, by the way, guys.
They want to recruit him. They want to recruit him from one LWO to the other.
It just sets up. I like it setting up the rivalry. These two are going to have a banger of a match.
Santos, it's the Spider-Man meme. We've talked about this for almost a year at this point. Literally, that's why we were saying Andrade was always so mad, because he saw Santos out there doing his gimmick just better than him.
Yeah, you're doing that's my shtick, but
that's my shit. You are me. I am you.
You is blind. Oh, he walked by.
Oh, remember who you are. Sign there with all the things. And I mean, it's very much a fan sign, but they're focusing on it.
Well, we will address that, man. There is so much to unpack. This is like a box of donuts, and you don't know where to start.
Forbidden donuts.
Honestly, my first fucking thought, bro. Let me see.
Make that with South Park's wrestling promotion. Oh, about WTF promotion. Yeah, we might cover that too if we're given a time here. Do a members only stream. But yes, the last thing I was finishing up before you popped up here is, so Andrade picked up the win for those who were keeping track. But yeah, the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight is postponed until at least June now, I believe.
Okay. I mean, again, it would be unfortunate because that might make the biggest bank ever for a fight. Like, people want to see this fight. They just want to. Again, it's when you have a really good heel and a really good baby face. People tune in to watch the heel get his ass whooped.
This is everybody wants to tune in to watch a car crash. Somebody going to get hurt real bad. That's why they're sitting there. We need to delay this. Tyson might not be at 100%. We need him at 100% when he knocks 100% dog shit out of Jake Paul Paul.
Well, did you hear? Like he said, I don't know if he was being serious. Oh, well, we got the Gorillas of Destiny.
Ain't nobody realer than gorillas.
Take him out. WWE has me staring in the background.
As Solo almost looks even annoyed at Paul showing.
He does. It's that. What do you want?
Well, which, by the way, I don't believe that Solo's actually talking to Roman.
He's talking to The Rock.
I haven't been talking to anybody.
He's been talking to The Rock from day one. It's going to come out that The Rock is behind the New Blood.
He goes full like his daddy. I did it for The Rock.
Yeah.
I did it for the people.
I did it for The Rock. Run it back. Bring out Rikishi to go. He did it for The Rock.
He did it for The Rock. So Paul's out here saying, "Why aren't you talking to me, motherfucker?
Let me do my job. Let me help me help you, motherfucker.
Help me to help you. Help me to help you."
Is that like a green lizard above their head? What is that? Where did it come from?
I think it's just they've got little fucking black off in the background and everything like that, and that shit beyond that.
Paul, I can't feel my legs, Paul.
Paul, I can't feel my leg, Paul. You remember that when the McMahon money giveaway?
Yep.
Paul,
I can't feel my legs, Paul.
Paul.
Wise man.
We got Cody Rhodes in check,
Interesting.
and he doesn't even know it.
So Solo going after Cody, starting to set up Rock versus Cody at SummerSlam.
Oh, that had crept back into my mind actually recently. It's funny that you mentioned that because oh, and instantly Solo starts getting kind of like that itch.
That's it.
But yeah, the talk about Rock Cody at
Why is there a little lizard?
Where do you see this lizard?
Right above
What
Paul's
vitamins are you on? And
Did
share
anyone
them.
else see
Pass that don't cheap on the left hand side.
Did anyone else out there see the little green thing above Paul's head?
The claw.
We got Owens. He's got something
And
to
not
say.
just on our screen, on their screen too.
There you go. Why does Solo wear Bray Wyatt gloves? He's like corporate fiend in that getup. It's his look, man. It's his driving gloves.
He's the getaway driver.
Right.
But, speaking of getaways, I might get away here for a quick
All right.
second.
Oh, well, I'm going to take this down anyway. So,
okay.
There you go. You can bang. All right, Nick, taking a pause for the cause. Latest QR code, folks. Right here. This is the QR code leads to this. And everything on this screen is pretty much clickable. There is a lot to unpack with all of it. There's videos. I don't know what I can and can't play, but I will show you one. The middle leads to the diary. The diary's been updated. So behold, I have shown you signs and wonder. You believed, by your faith we shall be spared. Destruction awaits those who do not heed. My wrath will be swift. All shall fall. So it's getting threatening. It's getting threatening from the Fiend or from Uncle Howdy. I'm sure if I check further, there's other things hidden, but I'm not even sure if you can see that. Let's go back. But yeah, all of these have something like
tonight.
Oh, no.
Before.
All right. I can't show that. Almost getting myself in trouble here. Ooh, back to Google. All right. Let's see. Just make sure everyone's on the same page. So get in that chat. Let me know what you think. I'm going to go through a couple more of these. I haven't seen them all either, guys. Looks like a GeoCity website. Okay. What's up, AJ? How you doing? How you guys feeling about SmackDown? How you feeling about the show tonight? But yeah, up on the screen is the latest from Uncle Howdy. Recapitulation is the title, by the way. If I mute this, will I get away with it? AW snagged us. So so now we're getting like cam footage of the picture we saw earlier with the white swan. Oh, Howdy turned around and the person hid. Okay. You're killing me, Smalls. I don't even know what ones I've clicked so far. Let me know if you got any hints from online. Let me know if you have any ideas of what any of this means. But yeah, mind your business. Is there something out of the late great astrologer Walter Mercado? I don't know. Bigfoot. It was Bigfoot for sure. It's astrology. Okay. Yeah, the first page, 100%. Oh, there you go. Some more of the. Oh, we got more. It's not stopping, folks. What do you think? Coming soon. Now, there is sound with this, but I can't play the sound. And according to AEW, I can't even play the video. That's not theirs. Fuckers. Back to the door, leaving the note. Like, so the invites. So now, for those who haven't followed all of it, that's the thought that is whoever leaving those invites, those letters that were written to each of the family members. But this video just keeps going and going. And I'm sure people are slowing it down now. The reference to the Eiffel Tower connects to June 17th as well. So that's interesting. It just keeps going. It's like all the stuff. All right, I'm going to cut this one off, but I don't want to. It's long. But later tonight, they're reminding us AJ Styles will address his future, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, we got Apollo jumping Angel. Angel was mad at Andrade, and Apollo mad at Angel. So, all right. Giving Apollo some TV time. All right. This is still going. I don't know, folks. What do you think? Anybody getting anything from this? Again, it's all the videos we've seen before, but now maybe trying to explain where they went. Where I don't know. We got a creepy hand in a closet. Kevin Owens has a mic sitting on the turnbuckle. Oh, we're dialing. Again, there is audio with this, but I can't share the audio. Stop looking at me, Swan. Oh my God, this is the best QR code yet. Back to this video. The QR codes are almost the same. LOL. Just debut the dude already. Get on. Have a little bit of fun. Have a little sense of adventure. People for hours are going to be digging into this. I like watching American Most Wanted in the 90s. Yeah, I know it's got that vibe, William. It's got that vibe. They have no idea what this is now. Oh, we're back to that creepy person. I thought maybe it was Nikki. But, and again, my argument against Boston is I do like the fact that, again, yeah, we're getting a lot, but they're retelling the story throughout the links. Again, connecting all the dots. We're shit that at one point meant nothing. Now they're walking back down the path to connect why it was important when it happened. Here comes Paul Heyman. Invitation. So yeah, it's pretty much some of the links are just the same as what we've been getting. And the crowd goes loud for Paul Heyman. All right, so that's nothing really exciting. So that's the same. Anybody going through this right now, let me know if you found anything. I'm going to step away from it, get back to the show. Like, even at the bottom, you can click on this. It brings you to Save Yourself. A bunch of XI people will tell you tomorrow. It says tomorrow. I will tell you more tomorrow. I will tell you more tomorrow. Okay. I don't know if people can see that, but that is one of the ones. So we'll tell you more tomorrow. I believe that's what that says. Save yourself. As Paul Heyman asking KO, is it okay for me to come into the ring? KO looking slim, by the way. We want Roman. What do you think? Are we going to get Roman? And when do we get Roman? Paul. All right, we'll step away from that for now. I'm sure people out there right now are breaking it down in a big way. But folks, we are back to the action, and basically, Paul just saying nobody misses Roman more than I do. Paul saying that Roman has great respect for Kevin Owens. Interesting. Paul is still breathing. Paul Heyman fears for his life. Paul is outstanding. Just every step of the way, believable, strong, knows exactly what he's supposed to be. Doesn't these QR codes remind anyone of the Batman Arkham games in the shape and form? And that's not a bad show, Ronan. They do have that vibe, especially the glitchy vibe to it. I definitely see what you're saying. Christian, no, I don't know the Spanish astrologer. My bad. Fully agree. Yeah, I mean, again, to each their own on that one. I know Nick very much feels that way. We're going right to June. I'm following it all the way. Roman Reigns returns at SummerSlam. Yes, I think so. I guess after Kevin Owens recovered from me stepping on his foot, I was able to slim down. He was able to slim down. There you go. He had to. It was that foot injury that kept him out for so long, Anthony. Cody or someone from TNA comes out for AJ. Interesting. I think it could be Cody. Maybe AJ does deliver a bit of a tease that he might be considering stepping away from wrestling, and maybe Cody comes out and says, "I know Nick said no, but I'm going to say yes." Paul and Roman turning face. Yes, 100%. You're going to get a huge babyface pop for Roman. KJ, can you at least agree that they should have made when you get the codes less predictable to make it more interesting? No, not really. I don't mind them kind of popping up all over. And like I said with the earlier stuff today, like we're getting random shit on Twitter. We've gone through WhatsApp, Twitch. I really like. I haven't found this predictable at all. All of a sudden, you're minding your business, and people start tweeting about another howdy clue that came from somewhere. Like I said, I mean, again, maybe not for everybody, but I'm totally behind this right now. Totally kind of invested in the whole delivery of it, the presentation of it, the vibe. I think they're doing a phenomenal job. And the fact that they've kind of, again, everything they kind of purposely hint at has happened. Like when they say they're going live on Twitch on a Thursday, they went live. They don't say they're going to do something, then don't do it. That's not part of the trick. So if they keep bringing up the 17th, by the 17th, we're going to have something solidified. And if they wanted to make people wait till Clash, stretch it out, I don't know. Maybe Nikki Cross can't get out of Scotland, so they're going to debut there. I don't fucking know. But as long as they keep it interesting, I'm in. Like I'm all for it. We know the ending, but I'm entertained by the journey so far. Speaking of being entertained, KO is just killing it. Talking about Jay and Jimmy. Solo and the two guys. Paul gets cheered when he talks smack too. 100%. 100%. Where's Randy? Randy's recovering from wrestling recently. I don't know. I haven't seen Randy yet tonight. Paul gets cheered. Got that one. Early prediction, Dustin Poirier versus Makachevic. Yeah, I'm going Poirier and Strickland. I never bet against Strickland, so I hope Strickland can bang this one out. Should be a good fight. I can expect that to each their own. Part of it for me that you're getting a QR code every show. But I think that's what you want. Like, again, I think if you tuned in and you didn't get it, people are like, oh, and you're getting clues in between the shows. So it's one of those things of, and if you go online, there's a good chunk of the community that are waiting for those moments. Can't wait. Like people that get that, the minute that QR code pops up, they're not even watching the wrestling. They're going through every one of those links, looking at the fucking code behind it. And it leads to something, which has been the best part. So, yeah, I think you want a crumb every show.
Speaking of crumbs, I guess. But yeah, I do kind of agree with that, though. If you're almost now, like you said, though, if you don't get one, you feel cheated. But that shouldn't be the intent. That shouldn't be the intent.
You should be giving your fans a reason to tune in to every show.
And it shouldn't rely on a QR code, though.
But that's one of your main stories. It's not the show's not relying on a QR code. It's one of the reasons. Like, they have multiple reasons to tune in. People like.
Valid, but I'm saying that it should be that if you don't get one, that you're disappointed with the show.
You're always going to be, if you're always looking for the next thing, like, it's no different than being.
You need your howdy fix.
But it's no different than being disappointed MJF wasn't on Dynamite. When you have something, you want to continue it. You want to, what's next? Now, again, like I said, they're doing it even in between the shows. They've got people going every single day. There's people online right now, and every day we're getting something out of it. You're supposed to. Those are those are your hooks. Those are the things. I want to tune in and see the bloodline. I want to tune in and get a QR code.
Taz's kid.
What?
You said those are the hooks. I said Taz's kid.
Oh, Street Profits are here.
I am not there somehow.
Oh, KO going after
I see him now in the ring. We're going to get a 6-person tag match here. We're going to get Solo and the Bloodline.
I think they're gone. They're going to fight off.
Fair enough. So then we're going to go right into the tag match?
Yes. Let's go.
But yeah, so we've got... I kind of don't like that. I wanted the first match that we're getting Guerrillas of Destiny as an actual tag team on WWE television. And because even... Tongaloa hasn't really been introduced to WWE audiences, really. Let them have their own entrance. Let them have a thing. Let it be a moment.
I mean, we saw Tama Tonga's entrance, which is really cool.
Right.
But Bull Tongans down.
As Dawkins goes over the top rope.
Yeah, huge.
And I will...
Oh, what?
Sorry. No, I was going to say, I will give you that they are playing up the alternate reality game to a T, to an extent. If they've managed to figure that out, and I'm surprised no other wrestling company has been able to do it or been able to figure it out. Because everybody wants that Neo in the Matrix moment of, am I the only one that's seeing this? Of I've cracked the code. I've figured this out. And that's why, like you said, if everybody's out there of, well, I need my howdy fix. I need a little breadcrumb. I need a little teaser here to get me through.
Yeah, and I think ultimately that's the goal of any show of any kind, any entertainment. You want to have a reason for people to want it. And like I said, there's people out there that are like, oh man, this could take till SummerSlam. This could be a long, no. We're getting there. We're getting there. That's why the clues are getting bigger and bigger. Again, I thought maybe at King or Queen, you could have given us something a little more definitive, but now we're getting visuals of Howdy. We've confirmed all, but there he is. Now the biggest question marks is everyone's still guessing at who are the members. And again, I know a lot of the theories are strong, but we don't know shit till we know shit.
Right. Well, yeah, unlike Meltzer, who thinks he knows shit about shit he don't know shit about. We don't know shit till we know shit, but I do know this shit. I like this of MDB saying, I need my howdy fix. Watch an old Western.
Yeah, right. And again, one of the clues tonight was more to come tomorrow.
yeah, shit.
Right. So everyone's sitting at home on a Saturday, like, oh, what's happening now?
I've got MySpace, Facebook, Twitch, Snapchat, and Instagram Live, everything open.
Right. Fucking hell. I think that was Albany, New York. Sorry, my bad.
Albany. No, you're good. Albany.
Right. Montez Ford's birthday gift should be AJ Styles saving him from the bloodline. Fair enough, Richard. I don't think it's going to be, though.
Richard, can I put in an early claim that my birthday gift is whatever the fuck you're on? Because I'll take two. because that shit seems to hit hard as a motherfucker.
Hard and fast.
Pause. Yeah.
Anybody watch UFL? It's a regular commercial ad here in OK.
No, I have not. I started to watch the XFL, and then there's been too much wrestling, too much good wrestling to pay attention too much to the other stuffs.
Montez laying into Tama, and Tama just begging for more. And there's the nervous Paul Heyman.
Well, and you can very much tell it's setting up a babyface Roman, Heyman, Jimmy, which Jimmy allegedly is coming back soon. But
you had a good sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say they had a good moment when you're on your pauses. You have Kevin Owens out there with Paul reminding everybody about Jimmy and Jay, and they're still there. And the amount of strong "we want Roman" chants. That man's getting a babyface pop when he gets back.
Oh, absolutely. Well, and I think that's even part of it too with Heyman out there of he feels dejected because Solo, in his mind, Solo's been talking to Roman, but Roman hasn't been talking to me. He's out there tonight of, before Roman would get into an act of violence, he would consult with his wise man and everything. Meanwhile, Heyman feels misused, mistreated, abused out here.
I kind of agree with Gamer. All of this all the time. Just hope it doesn't turn out to be a popcorn fart. Yeah, I mean, I think if done right, now I can't speak to it because I have no idea what's going to happen. But what I've noticed and witnessed over the couple years doing, the wrestling YouTube is fans will be like, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this. I don't want this. This is shit. That sucks. And then we get the moment, everyone just pops and goes crazy and forgets they said all that nonsense. So fans are fickle. And I think, and I'm not saying these particular fans are fickle. Love y'all guys. But what I think if they do it right, it should come off pretty epic. Again, just don't drop the ball. You got a big ball.
Pause. Well, I think the longer you wait to do it, the more you leave room for that thought to creep in.
Yeah, a little bit. And like I said, there's fans up there that are willing to go for another fucking 6 months chasing this shit. Like there's diehards that are absolutely in love with it. And I mean, again, I'm one of the ones that I'm a big fan of all the hooky, spooky shit. I'm all for it. Again,
scary skeleton.
I haven't burned out on it per se. Like, and I mean, some have. I haven't.
Fair enough.
KJ, Nick, do y'all catch TNA Impact or did Wrestling Corp permanent that? So it's a numbers game, John, and it's a days of the week game as well. So there's only so many hours in a week. Impact, if Impact's having a moment that we got to catch, we'll catch it. We will watch all their pay-per-views, including Against All Odds, which is coming up. Rumored to have a big WWE involvement or somewhat of a WWE
potential.
But yeah, Wrestling Court will be a permanent fixture every few weeks. We still have the Rumble, and we also have our pay-per-view preview shows. Thursdays is the spot that's going to rotate content. So there you go. And we'll always have a weekly TNA recap with Ringsider Anthony.
There you go. That's what I was really about to mention.
Pause on that, Nick.
Oh, don't tell me what I can pause and not pause on.
I'll pause when I want to.
I'll pause when I want to. God damn it.
Great KO and Haig. Yeah, no, I thought it was wicked. Strong.
Well, and you mentioned about how great Heyman is on the microphone and everything. That's undeniable. I think he doesn't get enough credit for every physical mannerism, his appearance. Like even when he's out there, like when he was doing the stuff with Roman and Brock, to where he sat there and wanted to look disheveled, and had to sit there and wanted to surprise Kayla with their interview of he's actually weeping and everything like that. This man 100% is committed to being that personality, that character, that actor, that performance.
Right. We got to do a trial of Jeff Jarrett.
Guilty. Where's the clip? Roll it.
Yeah, guilty of breaking 2,000 guitars and never drawing a dime.
Right. And fucking being in 3 companies that have failed or are teetering to fail.
Right.
We want to talk about people that have been led to downfalls of companies. Jeff Jarrett's a fucking archangel of fucking death when it comes to pro wrestling, I feel.
Man. Some flowers for Nick for last night.
They're from Boston, so they're wilted. They're old. He got them on the clearance section.
Probably semi-sarcastic, let's be real.
Right. I'm pretty sure I saw you at the beginning of that, sir, wishing I would fail. So you can have that. Don't act like you on us when we winning when you wasn't there when we was starting.
Win against your haters, bro. You're good. TNA Impact reviews up every Saturday, so turn those notifications on for the channel. Do so, folks. Listen to the man. No, it's and again, anytime TNA has a big night that there's we kind of got to grab this one, we'll be here for it. But again, it's just there's only so many days in the week. We need some sleep and semblance of a life.
We're only human. And hey, we're still grinding.
We're not sure about you. You still might be AI.
You never know. I am the Terminator. Yeah, I'm John Connor.
Even AI gets tired, folks.
Yeah, right. 100%. The servers overheat and everything like that. 100%. But still, we're out here grinding. We're on the road to 5K. Still out there, just barely over 2 years old. So 100%. Be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. It costs you nothing. It's a little click of a thing on your phone, on a computer, whatever, but it means the world to us, and it does nothing but help us grow. So absolutely, the more you support us, the more we can be here and be covering this, that, and the third, and everything. And this becomes the job versus trying to make this the job.
Right. Anthony is going to be glazing Jordan Grace in the next TNA review. It might be the Jordan show, folks.
I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, Jordan Grace is kind of the person. And it's funny because I've seen people talk about, because of what WWE saw with her reaction and the reaction and everything, the response to her showing up at the Rumble, that they're kind of were like, hey, there might be actually some gold in them there hills. There might be something to this.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. Braun Breaker breaks into the building and creating a headache for Adam Pearce. He's going to get arrested. We could potentially see Pearce snap and have Braun Breaker, they turn him into McLovin.
Well, I've seen people try and say that, like, make this reverse Austin McMahon.
So make it like,
babyface, management over heel that just shows up and kicks ass and then you spin it. Yeah. But I mean, do we ever get back to, remember when we're almost going to have Adam Pearce versus Roman Reigns? Do we get Adam Pearce versus Braun Breaker?
Yeah, I don't know.
We get it in the same week. We get AJ Styles versus Nick Aldis.
Right. Oh, maybe that'd be crazy. Or that's the thing. AJ challenges Nick Aldis. If I beat Nick Aldis, I get a title match. Can we do the trial of Learning Tree, Chris Jericho? Yeah, we can actually do that one. I think that'd be a lot of fun. It would be,
guilty. Right. Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, we're right there. There's the trial. You watched it. You watched it in real time. Right.
That one's a tough one because I'm not sure who we could talk into defending the Learning Tree. Like, he is the Ted Bundy of ratings, folks. Wrestling court, Vince McMahon versus Triple H. Ooh. We might put that one on the back burner. It's a great idea. I just don't know how much we want to talk about VKM right now. He's bad for the outcome.
Right. It's really hard to have a case about a guy that's he who shall not be named. Name redacted is hard to defend.
Yeah, name redacted the whole show. Whatever happens to Braun Breaker, it'll happen in record time, potentially. Yeah. The man's not paid by the hour. Who is on the side of NXT Black and Gold, and who next week? Whoever's
flip a coin.
Whoever that is, I got your back. I believe Big Nick is going to take Black and Gold, and Anthony's going to take HBK NXT. So, again, this one, people are going to have to leave their sentiments alone and at the door. The jury is going to be on strict rules that you can't just vote for black and gold because you loved it. We're going to court, folks.
Right. Well, we've got right now both Tamatonga and Dawkins right now as we get hot tags into Ford and Tongaloa here.
Oh, shut up, Boston.
Listen, I'm just here. I didn't choose a side. I didn't do nothing.
Hey, we said CM Punk was a slam dunk and it ended up being a brawl. So
Yeah. Well,
man, Anthony out. He coming with a fight.
he comes ready to fight, especially when he's like, well, what if he set himself up all along?
It was the best shit ever.
I never thought that.
Nobody.
Because who would think that theory?
What if Styles goes to TNA? I actually think it's a possibility here, guys.
What if he goes to TN AAA?
TN AAA. Oh, my bad.
He goes to he's El Luchador. He's
Right.
El AJ Styles.
LAJ. El Phenomenal.
El Phenomenal.
As we get a tag here, they're setting up
for the electric chair spot here. Tower of Doom. You can't have them lose the super blockbuster.
They're not losing.
1, 2.
They're not losing.
You can't have them lose.
We haven't. I feel like we haven't got a lot of wrestling tonight, or haven't noticed it. But which is going to be counterintuitive to what I'm about to say.
Yeah, not a memorable.
But I thought, yeah, nothing was overly memorable. I thought Andrade and Paulo was a real solid match. I think this match is okay.
You pounced that man into tagging his partner. What the fine?
That's a
impressive-ish move, but he's not the legal man.
It's a mistake. Mistakes will cost you.
Yeah, well, this is how we're going to get out of it. Tama was the legal man. Frog splash for Montez Moses. He hits the best frog splash.
Oh, flatliner!
1, 2, 3.
Wow, you're not getting up. I like it. No fucking around with the finisher.
Right, and you have instantly Tama in his face just talking shit. Yeah, I won't lie. Most of this SmackDown so far, as we're about a half hour left, has been kind of
just there.
Forgettable. It's like
Not
when
bad.
you get like saltines or something like that. You finish the sleeve, or Ritz crackers. You finish the sleeve and you don't even know when you opened it.
Yeah. I mean, again, big win for the Guerrillas of Destiny. They look good. They beat former champions. I'm down with that. Yeah, it's been a weird night. We're just kind of puttering along.
We're there. Yeah, it's one of those. We're there. We're fine, but we're there.
SmackDown's been okay. I'm only here for Naomi, Nia Jax, and AJ Styles. Well, we're getting Bianca and Jade defending their titles in Saudi.
The replay of that impressive ass finisher move, by the way.
These two are really getting like dialed in as like a partnership.
Oh, 100%.
Indy's tall as shit.
Oh, yeah. Them Aussies grow fucking tall, my guy. Look at her, Rhea.
Yeah. Tonga Bros better than the Usos. Well, we're going to find out at some point, and I can't fucking wait.
That's the dream match. That's the dream match, and I want either the face paint, the masks from Gorilla Destiny, and I want, the ain't nobody realer than gorillas. Maybe that's why they can't do it yet, because they're still waiting on the trademark.
Working on that song. Or fucking Rebels.
If that hits in WWE, my guy, that's going to slap.
Unless Rebels, coming up with another banger.
Yeah, bro, Def Rebel is the AI of wrestling music. I swear to God, we could go to ChatGPT and they could fucking make a better song than what Def Rebel does. And these fuckers get paid to do it.
Yeah, they're going to come out to G-O-D, G-O-D, G-O-G-O, G-O-D.
They're still doing this as Bailey's out here. So we're getting Bailey and Naomi taking on Piper Niven and Chelsea Green. So we've got Donkey and Shrek versus Bailey and Naomi. And I say that respectfully.
These two against the Usos is going to be 6-star. I'm in. I'm in, man. Like, again, like you said, that's the dream match, and we're waiting for it. Like, that is going to be a fun part of this whole saga is give us that tag match. Let's go.
That's going to happen at some point here.
And again, I think that WWE has done a really good job, especially for things that get leaked. Like we saw the Jacob Fatu thing. Like it leaks out, and we're waiting for him to show up, within days of hearing the reports. And the WWE does this thing where they just kind of pull shit back for a minute, make everyone kind of forget that the story went out, and then kind of let them loose. And they've done a really good job of that, of not just rushing shit out, like very calculated with onboarding a lot of this. And we're still waiting for Jacob.
Well, and speaking of surprises and all of that, and Bailey Bam Bams, and yes, MDB, I did just call Chelsea Donkey. She's the motor mouth to Piper's Shrek there.
Donkey.
But speaking of surprises, that we look at NXT of Jordan Grace showing up. Nobody had that. Nobody was talking about it. Nobody suspected it. Ethan Page, even then, still you could say well, people kind of knew maybe TNA and WWE were working together, what have you. I'll give you that. Nobody had Ethan Page on their fucking checkerboard there. Nobody had them on their bingo card, anything like that, and managed to fucking sneak him in, snug as a bug in a rug. And now he's out there, probably allegedly going to take on Trick for the world title at Battleground.
Yeah, no, I mean, again, very well done. And then they did it with Punk. They've done it several times. And again, there's nothing wrong with every once in a while kind of having an idea of like, we think this is going to happen. And that's fine. But I like the fact that they can pull off the surprises. They can, it's been a while since you've had that in other places where you were just waiting for the moment, opposed to I didn't see that moment coming at all.
Well, yeah, some people were saying NXT kind of felt like another 3-letter promotion of old versus where they are now, of one of those. Now, granted, you at times you worry of relying too much on surprises and too much on returns, debuts, what have you. But to pull off something like that and to do it twice on the same show in the modern age of pro wrestling, to where anybody with 2 thumbs and a Twitter account can potentially leak something out. Yeah, that's a fucking clever act of Tai Chi there.
Yeah, no, it's outstanding, and it's done really well to help the overall quality of the shows and the enjoyment of the shows. I give them full marks, and and there's a long list of things right now that we're all waiting for and anticipating. Like there's a lot of loose angles. There's a lot of open threads right now where we're just like, where is any of this going? I do love this idea from Larry Mack. Santino Marella should make it, even if he comes out just to make an announcement. Could you imagine the pop if Santino came out?
No, he's got to show up on NXT with his daughter.
That'd be funny as hell, right?
That's where you're going to have that. Dad, you're not supposed to be here.
Right. Daddy's working.
Right. I'm looking for about John Cena.
But yeah, I mean, he'd get a huge pop. Like if he showed up on one of the shows, like to make an announcement or to, hey, Adam Pearce, or hey, Naval Rain, I have a challenge from TNA.
Ava Rain, I see you at the GM of NXT. I come from a TNA. Yeah, 100%. I can see him, that interaction, like, I'm sorry, it's how everybody is even still currently with R-Truth. I will never say no to Santino Marella on my TV.
Yeah. No, right? I think it'd be hilarious. If they did it right, it would be really good. I still want Joe Hendry on WWE.
I just want
they're hyping the shit out of this AJ thing. It's starting to make me scratch my head.
Normally, it got me doing this shit. This got me doing this shit.
Mission.
Keith Lee got to have some words with you, sir. But yeah, no, I just want Joe Hendry to just fucking sign. Like at this point, like imagine you could have LA Knight and I believe in Joe Hendry.
Oh, I like this. Yeah, no, it'd be amazing. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt the sing.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. Trust me.
Nia Mission. They got to make Mission back to the way she was when she got
Bro,
here.
this is how much of this was 90s fashion right there? The giant hoop ass earrings, the shoulder pads, the fucking sideways kind of spacey buns things and everything. Like, yeah.
We're taking a drone ride into the Apex, the UFC Apex, where Battleground will be this Sunday, folks.
Come on, ride the train. Yeah, so if you've ever watched The Ultimate Fighter recently or anything like that, this is it.
It's going to be a really interesting venue.
It's going to be, like I said, I get the feeling from what I've seen when I've watched the UFC events that they've had there, it's going to be like an intimate kind of venue. It's going to be like NXT just kind of amplified a little bit here. It's going to be Full Sail on steroids.
Right. Here comes Piper and Chelsea, folks. Get your predictions in. If you haven't already, let us know. Who do you think's getting the W tonight? The champ and Naomi, or Piper and Chelsea? Remember, Piper is the #1 contender to take on Bayley at Clash.
And you know what's funny is Chelsea Green mentioned about a certain somebody that could cross through that prohibited portal. And I think it'd be really interesting if it happened. If you had a Matt Cardona show up on WWE television.
No,
that's the one card I think everybody kind of just collectively wants to see fall.
Yeah. Know what I want? I want Chelsea to show up on TNA and challenge Matt Cardona. Have it Matt Cardona, Chelsea
versus Steph. Chelsea versus Steph.
No, I want her to
fight over Cardona on a forklift. You know, man, they'd want to do some shit like that.
Right, Cardona on a pole match.
Right.
Oh, big back elbow to start this one off. We're on and rolling.
But so, folks, let us know who you're taking, whether you're taking Bayley and Naomi or whether you're taking Piper, Niven, and Chelsea Green. Every time you got me in the Scottish fucking shit here.
Right,
time
just happens,
Piper, Niven, you just have to say it.
You kind of do with it just kind of comes out. And Piper Niven.
Well, it's whenever Dewdrop, like Dewdrop sounds like I lick windows.
I miss my girl Dewey.
Good. No one else does. You have that. That ain't what I'm at.
She's a wee bit dewy in the morning. AP Styles needs all for one gimmick. Like Bryan Adams? No. Okay. Mia with faith. Down.
Patrick, first time viewer. Shut up, my guy. Appreciate you.
Oh, welcome, Patrick. This one made me laugh. TNA versus the midriff. We might have to do it.
So I heard a certain Canadian doesn't like your tire. I tell him, give the Cobra.
Bayley and Naomi. Your Santino ventured off a little bit into a different accent. I was like,
that's fine. You can have that.
It was good though, man. I didn't know you had it in you. I know you're Dusty and you're Arnold. Now you got a Santino. That's gonna be just me. I'm the voice of fucking God. Can I make you a t-shirt that says Dusty Arnold and then an arrow that points down?
Whoa.
My great grandmother is from Scotland. Same. My mama was born in Scotland.
Is she still there?
I got a lot of family there, yeah.
Well, no. Boston. She's still there.
We're probably related. We were cousins the whole time. No.
What type of cousins?
Wait, what? Why?
What?
Why? Has anyone seen Tegan Knox? No, I have not. She's been MIA. Rumor is she may end up in NXT doing some stuff.
Well, that's been the rumors that essentially I feel like, well, that's where I thought initially where they were going before Jordan Grace showed up. But if Julia's not cleared with wrist issues, Marigold, what have you, everything, that, it'll be Tegan Knox that's the one that steps up and takes on Roxanne Perez at Heatwave.
Oh, that's a good shout. I mean, again,
there's been people wanting Tegan to have a run because, like, we saw during the draft of Michigan got drafted, Mia Yim got drafted to
Yeah.
SmackDown. The Good Brothers got drafted to SmackDown, but they've spent most of the time recently in NXT.
Yeah. Well, and again, yeah, they're definitely mixing it up in that regard, and I don't mind. Like, I almost feel like Tegan didn't get much of an NXT run because of injury. It was like she came back from injury, was up, and never really got in the groove. A little
She hasn't
rundown
got much of a run, period. Like what we've seen of her has been fantastic, but every time she's like mini Statlander of she's had to deal with 2 ACL injuries and everything.
Yeah, no, 100%. Unfortunate luck for her, on like terrible timing, and
Right.
I mean, kudos to her for coming back, but we'll see. We'll see. Do you like the idea of Evil versus Moxley lumberjack match, New Japan Dominion? Why not? It should be fun.
Yeah, but again, that's the going back to the whole New Japan thing that we talked towards the start of the show of New Japan, even as I was a fan of New Japan. That's why I was the big supporter of Kenny. That's why I was marking out about Ospreay, everything like that. At this point, New Japan just doesn't feel the same, doesn't have that same compel, anything like that, because every big star that they've had has been signed by AEW for the most part, and the few that weren't, they trickled to WWE. And I'm not saying Girls Destiny aren't a big star, but yeah.
Beyond that, I feel like they've had a couple messy cards, like a couple shows that were a little bit
They feel in flux. They feel like they don't have a clear direction.
Well, and again, you have changes in the management, you have changes in the people who are running it.
Your world title's on somebody else's other fucking promotion, so that's got to be difficult to fucking deal with.
It is again. Could you imagine Swerve Strickland got the Moxley treatment as world champion AEW? They gave Swerve kind of the spotlight they've given John Moxley as IWGP champion.
Yeah, we had a title eliminator match and everything. Yeah.
Well, with the exception of that was fucking
right.
Touche on that one. We are back to the tag match. Bayley and Chelsea exchanging blows.
Right, but no, I was halfway almost even agree with you on that they've treated their title like shit, and they've treated the promotions title that they're working with like shit as well. Like, imagine, we've talked about this as the women's match is still going on. Say if Jordan Grace won the NXT Women's Championship, I'm pretty sure they would still treat that with a modicum of respect and like it's a big fucking deal and everything. Versus, tell me a world title in AEW that fucking matters. And it doesn't even have to be a world title. Tell me a title that matters in AEW right now.
I'm really hopeful. I'm really optimistic that Ospreay is going to be able to make this IC belt feel something cool, but it will.
He's about to challenge for the world title. How's that make the IC belt matter?
He's going to be, everybody in AEW needs at least 2 belts. So that will
he's going to Hogan Warrior it. He's going to be out there on his knees in front of Swerve and just,
he's definitely like shit, man. But, pretty cool to be mentioned for my first time subscribed and liked. Patrick, that's one of our claims to fame is we try and click on every chat message we can. Your super chats guarantee that you get clicked, but we're the wrestling utopia. We're the wrestling friends you can't find anywhere else, and we're here for all the wrestling, aren't we, Nick?
Absolutely. Nobody
almost all.
We do. Well, even then, still, we are still human, or at least pretend to be human. And even then, still, nobody does it like we do. Again, I still say often imitated, never replicated, never duplicated. Up some season, never sleeps, though, by the way.
What he said. I thought
right.
Julia was supposed
you got to have to slow that down or catch what I said, I feel.
Which is 0.5. I thought Julia was supposed to. We don't know. She got surgery on the wrist, apparently, and we'll find out. So they're coming up with contingency plans.
Right. But that's the thing is they have the depth that they can do that. They have planning and forethought, unlike, I know we've talked all over this women's tag match, but how there's a lot of talk coming out about how around certain companies with 3 letters that start with A of how they don't know what's going to happen until day of show, hour before show. Christ, we're almost getting damn near to till when they walk through the curtain here. We're getting much like He Who Shall Not Be Named of showing up and ripping up scripts day of show.
100%, 100%. As Piper bouncing Bailey off the stairs, Naomi hooked up, and Chelsea going for the unprettier.
Right. Shoves her off the ropes.
Man, this is
rear view.
Is it my listen, let's, and people can say we're being biased. I don't give a shit. Tell me that this women's division is not fucking stacked right now. Like the WWE women's
hey.
fan? People, oh, the Naomi fans are gonna lose it.
Anthony, where you at?
No, that was a good match.
Well. He's just catching L's all the way around here.
Right? But, especially Chelsea got a pin and she's shocked.
Yeah, but I like that though, because you had Piper can set it up. You showed that Piper took her out. Now, granted, Bailey was a non-factor, irrelevant, I feel, in this match. Now, granted, we missed a chunk talking, but yeah. So Jade Cargill versus Indy Hartwell next Friday. Somebody gonna get hurt real bad. It's about to be a smash 'em.
3-0 Edmonton. Dun dun dun. So should we call Sheamus McIntyre?
Let's call you Sheamus McIntyre. So now we're getting the opposite next week with Johnny Gargano versus Grayson Waller.
Trying to build a feud. Clash of the Castle, DIY for the title.
And now versus Angel, I'm already looking at SmackDown and kind of like,
I like it. Like, we got to give these guys
Sokoa, Annoyance, Tongaloa. Like, I'm cool with that. Like, I want to give them time and I want to watch the match. But
so you don't like the idea of them giving a little bit of love to like Apollo and trying to give him a little more of a shot? Or
I'm not opposed to it, but it's one of those of advertising out the gate of expecting me to get excited for it. Not right now.
Fair enough.
Yeah, well, you got to sell me on it to get me in the door. Like, cool, I want to give them a chance and everything, but sell me on it.
What is this?
If the rumors are true. Oh, if the rumors are true, respect. So we're salmon jacketing AJ Styles out here. He's out here.
Oh shit, we got Cody.
Gonna shake hands. I need Cody's suit guy.
Oh, he's tailor-made. Tailor-made, my guy.
Yeah, but I was going to say, AJ out here looking like he's about to call blouses. Oh, the OC. So we're
fuck up. No way. Oh, the OC coming out with them.
Wow.
Bro.
No way. No way they're doing that.
Switching. They're digging in so deep. I think they're going the other way.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, this is salmon jacket, AJ Styles.
I'm getting salmon vibes, but I'm digging it. I'm really fucking unsure. Charlotte got a horror movie coming out. Drew got one in September. And Batista and Ice Cube. Roman finishes up next week. And Cody is going to be in the new Naked Gun. Again, when people talk about, I can't believe people, wrestlers still want to go to the WWE. That's why.
Yeah, Karen Cross was in a movie too, and everything like that. I'm going. You get in with this. This is a bloodline, a tap line too. I'm going to Hollywood. This is respectfully, it's still currently going to be viewed as this stage of this is the big leagues. This is the NBA to the fucking G League, would have you all due respect. But yeah, this is where people are paying attention.
This is what's going to happen. AJ's going to come out and give a heartfelt speech. And right before he makes it official, Santino's music hits. And he comes speed walking out. And he goes, AJ, do not retire. You come with me.
I know. You are great, like John Cena. That's the only thing. The only thing I can say really fully securely as Santino is John Cena.
Powder blue AJ. Periwinkle blue.
Like I said, he's out here looking like he's about ready to call blouses, as everybody else is tailor-made or just in some, black t-shirts and denim.
What's anoint mean? Google that. AJ Styles to TNA confirmed. I'm feeling it, Anthony. I'm with him. I'm kind of with it. I think you were saying the same thing, Nick. It's got a TNA slant coming.
Oh yeah, well that's the thing is I even sat there and put it out on Twitter. That's one of the first things I started to think towards. I know we had talked about the trade and the controversial trade I proposed and everything.
Oh,
But if now that we've got this working relationship, go ahead.
I have to interrupt.
Go ahead.
If AJ Styles comes out here tonight and gets interrupted by breaking news, we've traded you for Gunther, I'll shit a cat. Like, I'll be honest.
I mean, if that happens, I
The
mean,
happy dance would be
we
epic.
might have to sit there and replay. Do we still have the Young Bucks victory lap from court?
Right.
We might have to replay that.
But I almost want to see it happen just because I think your happy dance will go viral.
I haven't even thought about that. I was fully in the camp of I even put it out there earlier today that this might be his pathway to TNA, and like I said, of him having a last outlaw run in TNA, you know, really is a make good, and it's we're doing the best that you can do for us as we can do for you.
Yeah,
and it helps AJ the best too.
And you see it all the time where a guy when it gets to this point of his career in all sports, where a team will pick up an old vet that had been around for a hot minute so he can end his career with the right team kind of thing. I don't believe that this is the end for AJ Styles, but I really do believe that it's close. Yeah, it really is close, I think. But he's in great shape.
Yeah, but that's the thing is we're starting to see pro wrestlers that would rather retire, and we've seen it with all sports if they'd rather retire when I still have my body than retire when I'm lucky if I'm still leaving with my mind.
Yeah, facts. He's teary-eyed, bro. This is getting to me.
I'm still all I'm picturing in my head is Mark Henry with John Cena.
Yeah.
That's all I'm still picturing. If they don't do that and this is legit, then we're about to have a Remember TNA fucking in memoriam here after this. But yeah.
Well, listen, man, if this is legit, I mean, we're witnessing a little bit of history. I don't believe it, but again, he's teary-eyed and it does make everyone stop and think. Like, this man's a first ballot Hall of Famer. This guy was a generational talent.
Oh, undeniable. He's the guy that put TNA on the map. He's the guy that was what's set the precedent for what even Bullet Club was, what AEW was. 100%. He brought Bullet Club into the main light. 100%.
Yeah, he was for the longest time. Like, when you talked about that one guy that's not in WWE, it was AJ Styles.
Yeah, he is again first ballot Hall of Famer. He is one of those guys that held the mantle for a while of best pro wrestler in the world.
Yeah,
not in any company in the world.
Yeah. To me, he was one of the guys that made that kind of a thing to try and be more like, I don't know why. I remember just maybe it was our generation.
He's where we've got.
Like,
he's part of the monster that we've got today. Yeah,
Ospreys, like they were all in that ilk, right?
Yeah.
So basically, I have to go to the back of the line.
I've been doing this for over 2 decades.
I'm going to back my roots. It's possible, Boston. It's possible, man.
Right.
The wrestling's got the throat just done this week.
It got me emotional. Look at you, emotional.
Who's cutting onions?
Right.
He's going home, says Patrick. Chad Gable. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Damien. I meant to answer this earlier. We'll circle back to Chad. He's not leaving.
No.
He loves
He's in a prominent fucking storyline. You think these fuckers are letting him leave? No, they're just not letting the dirt sheets melt.
No, he's been over as a babyface and a heel for quite a while.
Right.
I didn't like early Alpha, but he's not going anywhere.
No.
It's been phenomenal, AJ. Yeah, I'm with you, Eric.
But this past week, my son graduated high school. If AJ opens a church right now, I might be a little concerned out here. He's got that a little bit of that pastor now, Shumana Higher, Shumana Honda vibe.
Everyone's saying, look, I smell a rat. AJ back in TNA.
Right. I need to go home. Oh, you thought I meant go home?
Home. No, my wrestling.
I meant home. Be a phenomenal father. Now, I mean, if that is that, I mean, shit, Bex is leaving to be phenomenal, to be, you know, the man or the woman, what have you. I was trying to say she's going to go home to be a mom, but yeah.
Well, and like you said, a lot of the wrestlers and athletes nowadays are thinking about quality of life post a career, right?
Yeah, no disrespect to one McFoley and everything like that.
Yeah.
But, or even like you don't want a concussion when you don't know what you were doing. You just moved and you got a concussion. Or Ric Flair, you have your last match and you thought you passed out. Turns out you had a heart attack.
Well, that's the extreme other end.
Well, yeah, but still, I'm just saying. Oh, so we got to do this one last time. We're getting the 2 sweets. Now just football and groin.
One last time. We're getting a hug. Dude, they're fucking with us right now. Ladies and gentlemen, get in that chat. Let us know what you're thinking. Still,
AJ Styles is the worst actor.
Wait, he's like the Keanu Reeves of
no, because Keanu Reeves is actually good.
I'm AJ
until he found John Wick. This is John Bick instead of John Wick.
He's got such a wonderful mane of hair. I know he gets.
Yeah, he looks like he'd be one of the lions in the live action Lion King.
Here's the hook, bro. He's calling out Cody. You won't give me a title shot. I will.
This is going to be where the OC pairs back up with AJ. We're not going to get AJ in TNA. This is your salmon jacket moment. We did it for the last time. So see, we're all down with the cause, and then we all turn.
The disappointment, and we're not going to TNA.
Yeah, it's so bad. Like, let's be honest, we all kind of want that moment of like, even if it's a match,
But no one's saying he still can.
Oh no, but you give me like him versus Josh Alexander.
Yes,
in TNA. Shut the fuck up.
AJ Macklin would be a banger.
I almost want to see that in the Fed more.
Huh?
I think Macklin could end up in the WWE.
Oh, I mean, Macklin could definitely circle back. He really found himself, or was at least allowed to.
Oh, yeah. I want Josh Alexander versus AJ, Heart of TNA versus Heart of TNA.
Yeah, no, that's not that. I love that.
Yeah.
But we got Cody. We got AJ.
So before I come out here to do what I got to do, now, granted, he hasn't said anything.
No.
He's all just teased and danced around it.
Mm-hmm. You can see the difference between a dad suit and a tailor-made suit right here, right now.
Yeah, again, like I said, AJ's out here just blouses.
Yeah, it's definitely a setup. That's salmon vibes all the way through this.
Right. The salmon are jumping. What?
Do you have a feeling something great? I hope so, because this show has been very flat. So
middle of the road.
You might save the show here with something kind of woohooey.
Yeah, we need woohooey because
we need a little woohooey.
I called Joe here
to give you the keys,
and they're at the top of my shoe, and I'm gonna deliver them to your nuts.
Cody's not a good actor. We know, so he's about to get jumped.
No, it is bad acting on bad acting.
No, AJ was doing all right for me, but Cody's like push a tear out face was killing me.
Well, it's push a tear out or push a turn out face. We don't know which one it is. No,
AJ
bro.
Mess up Cody. Cream soda Dr. Pepper, aka I like it.
The agnostic, the indifferent. You don't know what he is.
I really want Moose versus Roman. I don't know if we'll ever get that. One's a tough one, but I'm down. It'd be fun as hell.
Right. Oh, and John, yeah, I'm saying it's a spoiler, not a prediction.
Oh, here's the hug. Dun dun dun.
Mean grind.
I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it.
Oh,
He never said. Did he officially say I'm done?
No, he's just what I gotta do, and now he's
No, I'm waiting for it. Look,
right, as we're gonna raise the hands.
No
we're gonna get to the lower third. We're stalling. We've still got 4 minutes here. We've got to go to each side.
We got something.
Do something. We're gonna all look like assholes.
There it is.
Punches him in the face. Fuck you.
Down goes Cody. Down goes Cody, folks. We waited for it.
And hey, but notice the Good Brothers are just sitting there laughing.
Beat up Cody Rhodes.
But they're just sitting there laughing. So this is AJ Styles of saying, all right, you won't give me my shot, I'm gonna take my shot.
Yeah, 100%. And again,
you get AJ now versus Cody at Clash.
Yep, I'm good with it. I'm okay with this.
AJ out here looking like getting.
But I would like the Good Brothers to like commit to like we're in this.
Do something. Piss or get off the pod. Oh, they're at least stopping the rest of like you don't want to do this. Trust me. I know you don't you want to go down there. You don't want to do this.
No, their Good Brothers are just watching.
Oh, we're about to get Styles Clash on the steps. Or off the steps. Off the steps.
Onto the floor.
Hit it on the steps.
Nick Aldis pissed off. Shane Helms not happy.
I think he just said to Gallows, you're fired.
Yeah, I'm down. I like it. I thought that was a great end of the show. That was the only thing. That was the best part of the show by far.
That was the only part of the show.
It might have been. And we knew it. I like when we all kind of know it. And you're sitting there going like, here it comes. No, not yet. Now, no. Oh, there it is. I'm with Boston.
Right.
Me and we're on the same page.
Well, and then Roddy's saying next week Cody tells Nick he wants a rematch. He's got it. Yeah. That's what this is setting up. And I think you're starting to get to the Good Brothers. You're getting the reformation of the OC, which again, AJ had to fake his retirement to get them back on his side. That's a little convoluted. Anthony's saying perfection. I'm surprised perfection when you could have had AJ and TNA. So
well, I think that the AJ to TNA was something that we kind of fan made up.
A
little pipe dream. But I still think that's good. He will make an appearance at some time, like the come that full circle. And I think it's like what 25 years, the 25th anniversary. Like I think it says a lot, and I think that will happen. But
right.
Listen, I can't be mad about the ass whooping that Cody Rhodes just took.
Steve-O saying, yes, I told you, Boston. Okay, no TNA. I like this better. JV, remember what Solo said? We have this under control. And Paul Heyman said, who is we?
Oh, touche. Cody's in check, and he doesn't even know it yet.
Oh.
There you go. So, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, get your ratings out of 10 in the chat. What did you think of the show? What did you like? What didn't you like? Look, this is where I love wrestling nowadays has this funniest thing of you need one outstanding.
Yeah, one moment.
Bring her home.
You better book yourself in the moment.
Yeah, I mean, I was leaning like a solid 6 for tonight, 6.5. Because, there wasn't a whole lot to dig into tonight. But then the ending was outstanding. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, so, is that where you're standing?
No, I'll probably go up a little higher now. Yeah, I'll give it a 7.
Oh, I can meet you on a 7. Like, if you would have stayed at 6.5, I would have met you there too, because I was right there towards the end. I was like, all right, well, the ending kind of bumped it, but we, yes and no, we all kind of knew what was going to happen. We were all just kind of waiting for it, and which is not exactly a negative thing, but when the last 10 minutes of a show should not make the show, unless those are some of the 10 greatest minutes in pro wrestling television history.
Right. Yeah, you're not wrong. And again, in heavyweight, the ending I thought was phenomenal. I know, cliche. I didn't mean to say it, but yeah, no, I thought the ending was really, really strong. Definitely helps the show overall. And I think that's why we're seeing a lot of look like right out of the gate, 9 out of 10. Not 8 out
Oh
of
yeah,
10.
everybody was 9, 8, 9, 9, 9, 8, 8,
9.9.
8. Yeah.
So maybe we're being a little bit about humbuggy, but usually, especially when you and I are kind of going back and forth, the good shows pull us out of that convo, pull us into the show.
Right.
I felt like we weren't pulled away from the screen a whole lot tonight.
No, I think we had to steer into watching the matches and everything versus from discussion versus normally the matches and the show and everything is kind of like the exit of the neon side of like, cheeseburgers over here, take this exit, all of that shit. It tells you to get off the highway. This we were like,
8 out of 10 knee pads. But yeah, I mean, even if you run it back a little bit, Nick, you're looking at the DIY match wasn't bad, wasn't great, didn't really.
Nia probably best opening. Anthony brings up here of saying 7 out of 10 best moments were the opener with Nia and AJ Styles for the closing.
Mm-hmm. I thought Nia was great.
It was good, not great. It was
the women's tag match was decent. Didn't really, break the bank.
That was the most we didn't talk about a match, so I don't think you can say that.
Fine. Fuck you then.
Fuck you then. I'm the judge. Guilty.
No, that's a good point. So yeah, it was a very kind of just it happened kind of night.
But again, I feel like that's a problem, and they deserve to get marked down a point or two. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Of you're following up a pay-per-view the week after a pay-per-view.
It's a Saudi pay-per-view.
And still a premium live event.
It wasn't a real 8 out of 10.
And we're gonna hold Tony to this shit and everything. We've got to hold them to this shit and everything like that. Of that, you're coming off of a premium live event, and you had very much a dismissible show. Like I can watch the fucking AJ turn in a tweet, and that's all I needed to watch out of SmackDown tonight. I feel.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
I'm gonna be 100% honest. A main event came on, and Alba Fire and Isla Dawn are here. So
you got distracted by the Scottish redheads. That's fine. I got Boston news.
Boston news.
I wish I had the redheads that looked like they'd be running around Boston instead of Boston News 25.
Right. Please, for the love of God, do OC right this time. I think if anyone's going to give them a fair shake, I think it's going to be Triple H. And again, I like
the guy that did our shit was cool. That ain't. And the guy that sat there and jobbed him out during a DX reunion. I'm sure he's gonna do them so well.
It's different because he likes AJ. We're good. AJ's got it.
I like you, not I like him, not you. The contract said I can't hit him. Not you.
I kind of wish that the OC would have been involved with that tonight. Like just be right up in our face and be like,
they should have gone heel.
Dig right in, all three of them. Like all three.
You're on the main roster. Quit acting like you're NXT superstars.
Right? And shit, go find one of these free agent talents that they used to work with. Go find another Bullet Club buddy and sign them right now and pull them into the crew.
If we do get a connection of we finally pull the tethers together here and we get the OC and AJ, do we see an interaction with them with the Guerrillas of Destiny?
Maybe.
And we start to there's the inner workings that if WWE ever wanted to do Bullet Club and ever could get the trademarks or something close, they could fucking do it and just shit. It worked in Japan. We'll run it back.
The big club. 9 out of 10 says Alex. 10 out of 10 says Steve-O. So people loving the show. I liked everything we set up tonight with this episode of SmackDown. I like the KO.
What did we set up?
What did we? Well, we set up, the Santos Andrade
we
feud.
Set up next week. That's what the fuck you're supposed to do is set up next week off of this week.
KO's feud is, I don't know, what he's still messing with the bloodline.
I mean, am I wrong? If anyone
big setup was AJ for the future. Again, I mean, Bailey gets set up a little for, they made Piper look good today. Yeah, it just
You
wasn't.
built towards Clash. You built towards SummerSlam. Like,
They're building towards Clash in a big way, but yeah, it was just kind of.
you built towards next week to build towards something. Like, that's the thing. Is like, all due respect, I feel you just built towards the next week, which is kind of what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. Big Dog just giving it a 10 because it doesn't matter as long as they got Cody. He's thrilled.
And he didn't have to change his name, so it's definitely a 10 out of 10.
Did Rampage get booted for sports again? Yeah, it was on at 6:30 today. I don't even know what happened. I don't know if you have any results.
Well, I know I haven't looked up the results. I can look
Yeah.
them up if you want. The one clip that I saw was again Chris Jericho leading into very much like we've talked about of, who wants TV time? Because who wants their face on TV? I know I do. Like, he's leaning into so much like we've talked about of, again, you're playing into the backlash, the discussion, the discourse that has been talked about. But what you have left of an audience that isn't smart marks on Twitter, they don't know what the fuck you're doing, and it feels like you're talking to them like they're toddlers.
The problem is, and I will argue this with anybody, the biggest problem with what Jericho is doing right now is it reeks of desperation. Everybody can sense it. Everybody can smell it. They're turning on me. I don't know how to get them back. So I'm going to try this, and I'm going to try and make it look like I'm going to try and steal that negative energy, and it's going to get me over. But we know that you did that. You held on and you held on. You finally gave into it because you had no choice. And now it's transparent. And to me, it's too camp. It's like he's back in WWE, like 1980s WWE with this gimmicky bullshit.
It's not the list of 1,001 holds, hole number one. It feels like it's a program that, or a segment that should be sponsored by Axe Body Spray.
Fair enough. I fucking wanted to be sponsored by fucking Yamaha chainsaws. I don't fucking know. You got to think about it, KJ. We are setting up good matches for the next PLE. It was good, great episode, all things considered. Fair enough.
I think it was a average to barely above average episode.
It was, yeah, like I said, I think it was a strong average. And like, I didn't hate it. I wasn't bored at any point. It just, all of a sudden the show was kind of ending and nothing really sank in. Maybe that's a me issue.
Right. If they, how every now and then when you watch like a Raw or whatever, they'll add a fucking title or whatever. With this one, they should just add indifference to it.
Yeah, right.
It's not offensive, but it's also not stimulating either. It is just floats along.
No, 100%. 6.9 says chair. Haha, I see what you did there. Johnson,
nice.
Rampage, we doing KJ Nick. Our time machine is not
right. We don't have Doc Brown. The fucking DeLorean's in the shop for repairs.
DeLorean is in the shop.
Back to the Future.
The DeLorean is in the shop, folks. So yeah, Rampage was earlier today. But we are back tomorrow at 5 p.m.
Right, absolutely. We'll be out here watching a tournament of death matches for a tournament of survival with GCW. We've watched this, I think, a couple times before here. And we've been out there watching GCW. We're like with John Wayne Murdoch, who's in the tournament tomorrow, to where we've been out here, and they're literally having a fucking patchwork this man, tournament into the duct tape, Tin Man, so he can finish the match here. So, yeah, I know at times we poo-poo and foo-foo, the spotty stuff of wrestling and everything like that, and the hardcore, but
when it's done.
Well, that's the thing, is I was about to say, when your promotion's built around it, and that's when you can actually do it well and actually have continuity and things that carry over through death matches, which is a surprising art to pull off. GCW is the place to go with that.
And back to the promo. Yeah, no, definitely tune in tomorrow for that. It's going to be an awesome one. We go live at 5 p.m. and we're going to stick around for Collision. So it's going to be a bit of a marathon Saturday night. Who knows what we're going to get into, but Saturday night streams are always a blast. So don't miss out. Be a friend, tell a friend on that one. And like Nick said, it's going to be a good one.
Right.
7 out of 10 from Tanisha, CM Punk randomly. 8 out of 10, 7.5. 8 out of 10. All right.
Well, and he said he liked Profits versus Bloodline. Well, he said Bloodline. It should have been Gorillas of Destiny. That's the thing, is I wanted
They're the
the Gorillas of Destiny have their debut as a tag team match. Especially, we haven't had a real debut. Tongaloa. I almost said Toa Leona, but that's the other company.
So tonight was kind of his big get in there.
And again, his dig of being in third fiddle after 7-0. Bro, you could have had them as a tag team and come out and have that feel.
They are a tag team as they came out, but they came out with their faction. Why
so
would
that is not a tag team? They came out as a faction. There's a difference between a tag team and a faction. 3 is different than 2.
Yeah, but this is an AEW where you're in a faction, but you're never seen together, and you come out separately to everything.
They're always seen together, so I'd like to maybe see them split up. In different.
I don't think it mattered. I think I'm good with it. You're not going to get the God entrance and shit in this company.
I understand that, but I still want at least them to be felt like a focal point outside of just
they're in the big
henchmen and side pieces to Solo.
But they are right now, and that's like their role.
But you can have them not be that. Build them up to not be that.
They built up just fine. They just started. Like, I love when the random things just click. Yeah, there's no issue with them. Like, they came out with the faction, with the face, the guy that's standing in for Roman, like the guy that's currently interim head of the table. Like, I think they're presented great. Okay, fair enough. 8 out of 10, 0 out of 10. No Trish, fair enough. Who cares about Rampage? We watch it. We might not care about it, but we definitely watch it.
Right.
If Jericho's desperation can be bottled, it might be a great rabbit repellent. Fuck. Yeah, but what
how'd you get there?
I'd be more concerned about what it would attract, not what it would repel.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Shit. Sex Panthers. Not 60% of the time. It works 100% of the time. That doesn't even make sense.
Rampage wasn't even an initial thought. No, I don't even. Effie versus Manson steel cage match. There you go. Rampage is on for us to keep chatting. No, it's
not. It was on.
No, it's not. I don't have it.
I don't have the voice. Well, that's why Boston's saying Nick out here screaming, my guy.
Out of nowhere.
Well, trust me, the voice is struggling here.
It happens.
No, I just got the anger sharks are swimming in my brain.
Right. Nick be greedy.
No, that's his gimmick.
Right. I'm really excited. MDB enjoying EW right now. It's always a good time. All right.
Here, hold on. I like this though from Vance of Big Brother and Little Brother.
Yeah.
Your kitchen, Nick. That's what it always is, or it's at least spousal abuse. Well, at least I'm not turning blue. I don't know.
That's probably an improvement, right? Like,
it shows I have signs of life versus loss of life. I'm not gonna have a coronary. Guys, quit saying that. You're gonna cause death upon me. I'm gonna be out here, Elizabeth, and it was like he's doing a bit. No, have 9 and 1 dialed.
That's hilarious. I need Rampage minute by no.
You can have that.
No, we are actually going to call last call on the chat, folks. We're going to tap out. I don't know if you can hear it in both of us. We're just like, no, we're good. We're good. We'll be back tomorrow at 5 p.m. A marathon stream. Gonna go drink some fucking honey water.
Right. We might be out here just sign Guy Dudley out here. Just Wile E. Coyote.
Wile E. Coyote. That'd be me when you freak out.
I'm amazed you haven't come up with that at this point. I'm just on the side thing in your shit. I'm like, he won't shut up. He's wrong again. He's yelling. Why is he yelling?
Why is he yelling would be the one. That's actually super tempting.
Fuck. I'm writing my own downfall here.
No, not a bad show tonight. Not great, but definitely building. Again, one of the shows where you have time to kind of ramp things up. Big switch, or an absolute dig as far as AJ really solidifying himself in this role. So I thought it was great as far as the ending goes, but that's all I got on this one tonight.
That's fair. I'll say this and tie everything from the week as a whole here. I know obviously we had the huge moments with Sexy Red. We had most people tuning in of what is a Sexy Red. But you had Jordan Grace show up, you had Ethan Page show up. But with Monday Night Raw, Friday Night SmackDown, and what we got with Dynamite, does it seem like the ultimate missed opportunity? Like if you would have had MJF show up on Dynamite, you're winning kind of the week outside of NXT. Like NXT is the super outlier because no one saw that coming.
Yeah.
Out of the 3 big shows, if MJF shows up on Dynamite, you win the week because Monday Night Raw was a little complacent, and Friday Night SmackDown, I think we all agree, is kind of just indifferent.
Fair enough. Yeah, you got a good point. And like I said, I mean, people, you don't want to overuse him, KJ. He'll be there next week. And it's like,
we haven't seen him in 6 months.
That was my argument, right? Like, I mean, I think you're supposed to build on momentum. If you bring him back for the first one after the pay-per-view and then he's not at the next one, that's preferable if I had to choose.
You could have MJF on the opening, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. Just have him the whole show. Just have him commentary, GM, hosted, everything. You'll never get me to say anything negative about it.
But absolutely. But ladies and gentlemen, like I said, we are back tomorrow, 5 p.m. It's going to be a fun one. Tournament of Survival 9 GCW. And then we're sticking around all night long. We got AEW Collision on tap as well. Go check out Wrestling Court, episode 1 and 2. Episode 3 coming soon. Check all our socials. All the links are below. Go check out Ringside or Anthony as well. And remember, we do have the TNA weekly update coming your way in addition to that. But thank you for being a part of this. And my man, Nick, always a pleasure, sir.
Absolutely. Our voices are hoarse. Our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is all authentic. At least it's not a little pony. But our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is all authentic. When you talk about that wrestling, you put about that for life with it. Or at least a sign that says for life.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, have a good night. See you on the flip side. Come back tomorrow. Good night.